Hello everyone and welcome back to HeMakesMePlay. I'm Marius and I'm blind. I can't see and so I make other people play video games. And today I'm here with Steffen again. Hello Steffen.
Hi Marius.
Did you notice that I'm going faster through the intro?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Because of caves.
Yes, we have discovered a huge cave system and I can't wait to explore it. I am actually very excited about this.
Yeah,
last
me
time, at the very end of this wonderful episode where we started with the slab, which we won't talk about now,
No.
we discovered the caves, finally. At around level minus 36, is that right? And going down to 47 or something?
Yeah, from 37 down
Yeah.
to 47, I think.
10 levels of cave. Nice.
48, actually. Yes.
Right. Okay. So let's look at this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Explore it with K, I guess. And maybe also with V, because there might be creatures here.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
on the first level, you just see the top of the cave and there's a fungi wood trunk and twigs. So they're like a forest of
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah, we can actually chop those down.
Then there are ruby cell clusters at this level.
Cool.
Natural gold wall.
What?
Yeah, so we have struck gold.
That's just in the cave wall.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. That's amazing. And yeah, ruby cell cluster. Okay.
Mhm.
At minus 38, it grows all a little bit bigger. And there, what can I see there? There is more gold in there's a lot of gold in the wall.
Whoa.
Really nice. But we somehow have to reach it because you can see the walls, but there are no ramps nearby.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we're digging down from the top, so it shouldn't be
Okay.
a problem.
Okay. And a native gold wall, yeah, native gold wall. What is this wall? Fungi wood twigs again. And then there's a tower cap.
Mm-hmm. That's a tree.
Ah, okay. So,
Mushroom tree.
okay. So this is just, these are then trees, okay. I thought because they look the same as walls being, so if you have, when we dug out our fortress, and then we have these rough hewn walls, and when what do we do with them?
You smooth them.
We smooth them, and then they look like walls, and those things here look exactly like those smooth walls.
Oh.
That is why I said they're...
It's walls.
It's walls.
Yeah, but if it says tower cap, that sounds like a mushroom. Yeah.
Forest, yeah.
Maybe that doesn't work so well with the graphical tiles. I don't know.
Then there's cave spider silk
Oh shit.
web.
Yeah.
So we're currently at level 39, and the cave is roughly, let me see, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, about 60 from east to west, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 50 from south to north. What else do we have? There's a lot of gold in there.
That's really cool.
In the walls.
Yeah, that's nice.
And there are some red things here. Red zircon cluster. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also up downstairs, right? Because I designated those, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should delete these designations. But
Well, you said there's silk. This implies to me that there must be giant cave spiders around, which is
Maybe.
A problem. Those
So-
are pretty tough.
grows bigger downstairs, and there's cave moss on the wall. Okay. Okay, go down. Minus 41. Then the walls went from being out of gabbro into granite.
Okay.
But
No big deal.
no big deal. There's still gold in the... Is it gold? No. Opal clusters are now in the walls. And like these fungi trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I go more downstairs to minus 42. There's green tourmaline gems in the walls. But no gold anymore. So then... When I go even further down, then there is cavern floor, right?
Okay.
Cave moss. Yeah. And there's a red symbol. What is this? Cave spider silk web. Cap hopper remains. Fungi wood twigs. Okay. Even more downstairs. What is this? There are now new symbols appearing on the map. Dead young fungi wood. Okay, this is not a problem. And there's also a new cluster, a whole area out of marble.
Mm-hmm. That's
There-
nice. Flux.
And there's more silk spider web.
Oof.
Nice. So it's an underground cavern
Yeah.
with, like, if you look at the top, then you have these veins of gold inside there,
Uh-huh.
and these large mushroom trees growing from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
And on the bottom, it's marble, and then it goes to granite, and then it goes even darker to these gabbro
Yeah.
stuff, whatever that is.
That sounds marvelous.
So on the bottom floor, we have plum helmets,
Ah, nice.
some fungi wood trunks, some more plum helmets, and some webs. But I
Mhm.
couldn't see any, like, spiders yet.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. And there's a yellow sand cavern floor. This is our cavern floor here. Let's see. It's quite big. It's now bigger than the whole screen.
Mm-hmm.
There even, you can see that there are areas that are not how do you say, opened
Revealed?
up? Revealed, yeah.
Ah, okay. So that's where we have to send in an expedition.
And if I go even more down, there's nothing new. And then there's the second floor. So the first floor on the west side of the cavern.
Yeah.
There the floor is at minus let's see, 48.
Uh-huh.
And then you can go like 2 levels up to minus 46, and there's the floor on the eastern side of the cavern.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but I can't really see any danger. I will look with V now.
You can do that, or you can open the unit list and see if there's obvious new critters on there.
Critters. I'm connecting this to Critical Role, but
There is no connection.
okay.
Well, that's not true. This is kind of like a D&D party exploring a cave.
No, because of critters.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Yeah, okay. Because they call their fans critters, obviously. Yeah.
So I can't see any others. White Storks, a human Axeman is our guest,
Yeah, that's
and
not-
the Goblin Swordsman is our caged prisoner.
Sure, yeah.
So there's nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Just some stray cats.
I'm sure the caves are empty and there's nothing harmful there at all.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says, right? So, that's fine.
You're fucking with me, right?
Yeah, but I honestly don't know. It might be empty. I don't know. But stuff also will spawn there. So, is there more to look at in the caves? Last time you sort of indicated that there was a labyrinth or even structures. Is that correct?
I mean, it looked like it, but
But it's not actually.
it's not actually a labyrinth. Yeah.
I think that
It's just like,
and there's nothing built. There's no structures, no little huts or houses.
No, I can't see this.
Yeah,
no.
okay. That's fine.
And there's some blue stuff here. What is this?
Cobalt, microcline.
Dimple cups.
Yeah, those can be used for dyeing,
Hmm.
which we're not really interested in.
So tar caps and this fungi wood trunk. Yeah, they're just
Okay,
like mushroom trees.
so let's think security for a second.
Yeah.
I think it's smartest to not dig a shit ton of shafts into the caves everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just have one big access point. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah, so can you like remove the designation to dig all those other shafts that you so wonderfully designated? I mean, you don't have to remove them all, just break them on one level, right?
Yeah.
Just so the dwarves won't dig down further into the caves.
Can they also fall down if they dig out like the...
No, I don't think they do, but of course if you have open spaces, dwarves do tend to fall down. So I would like to... The one in the ceiling of the caves, we broke through at one point, right?
Not really at the ceiling, I think.
Okay.
Let me see. Maybe you could say it's the ceiling. But yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I want to plug that hole up by building a floor. right?
Okay.
Or a wall, depending on exactly where we broke in. But just make some construction there so that that's plugged up. And then what I would suggest is to just that 3 wide tunnel we have in the mines. You just this is a bit laborious, but you would just extend that and keep digging it down, right? Until you hit the caves, and we can just somewhere at the floor of the caves, that tunnel will just like lead into the caves, and then at that position we can secure it, build a bridge, which we can raise if we want to, and then we can safely explore the caves.
Okay.
Or is that too involved? Would you like a more ad hoc dealing with the caves?
I'm not sure, because I'm not sure what we can expect from these caves.
Honestly, neither am I. But as you see, like they're open. They should be open to the sides of the map, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's actually like they are open. Like stuff will walk in there, just like on the overworld.
Ah, okay.
Stuff can spawn there. You can also divert the river into these caves if you want, and it will drain off the map at those edges. And even if you are really dedicated, you can make a path for the trade depot down into the caves, and the merchants, if they have no other path, they will leave the map through the caves, which is sort of hilarious. Yeah.
Well, I think I want the fastest way to get this, because digging out this tunnel now.
Yeah. Okay. And just like keep digging those shafts. It's just a security thing, right? There will be many exits from the cave, but it's okay. I mean, our fortress is secure. Yeah. So then just keep digging down the shafts and just like dig to all the valuables that you want, and hope for the best. But there's one thing I want you to do, okay?
Okay.
This is an obscure thing, but there is a menu somewhere where you can set fortress-wide orders. This would be the menu where you enable or disable hunting. And I'm not sure where it is. There is an orders menu, but that's for squads, right?
Yes.
So what else could it be?
Can
Can you read to me all the options on the top level?
Yes. View announcements, buildings, civilization or world info, designations, unit list, military, points, routes, nodes. Make burrows, stockpiles, set building tasks or preferences, view rooms or buildings, view items in buildings, view units, locations and occupations, nobles and administrators, status. Look, hotkeys, zones, hauling, squads, job list, set order, reports.
What's set order? Is that the squad thing?
No, that's current standing orders is X to announce someone job cancel. A says dwarves gather animal.
That's right. You're in the set order menu, yeah? So dwarves gather animal. No, okay, is there one about webs?
No, there's like dwarves gather food, dwarves gather furniture, gather bodies. Then R for refuse, F for forbid. Dwarves gather minerals, dwarves gather wood, dwarves all harvest. M for mix food, W for workshop orders, and Z for activity zone orders.
Nothing about webs.
No.
Workshop orders? Can you look at those?
Auto loom all thread, use any cloth, auto collect webs.
That one.
Yeah.
Disable that one.
No auto collect webs.
Yes. So you don't have half the fortress running headfirst into giant cave spider webs to collect them to make silk socks.
Okay.
Right? Because we discovered some cave spider silk, and if you didn't disable this, they would try to collect that. And that might be a disaster. So now they don't automatically do that.
True.
Yeah. You don't seem very pleased by this.
I mean, it's a
Maybe I should have just let it happen, so you appreciate these little trips on which I sent you.
I mean, why would they run down there? Because I mean,
because there's giant cave spider silk.
And that's so valuable that they.
It's very valuable.
Ah, okay.
And I mean, they collect stones, right? They will collect anything.
Ah, okay. I guess.
Man, One of these days, I will just let a thing happen.
Okay.
And then you'll see.
Okay. Well, okay. So, what about these caves?
Yeah, I mean, you wanted the fastest way, so do it the fastest way. Dig out the gold, I guess.
So we want the gold, right? Anything else? Wasn't that...
And I mean, you could dig an exploratory tunnel somewhere to the parts that aren't revealed yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's possible.
But how do I dig out this gold now?
Well, you can dig a tunnel from the top, right?
And I can't fall down there? Like, if there are, like, cliffs or overhangs or so, when I dig this stuff out?
Well, it depends. I mean, I don't know how to explain this to you. Like, why, or... So if there's the cave in the way, then just from the tunnel that already exists, dig a little bit north until you're above the gold, which, as I understand, is in the wall, and, like, dig behind the wall, and then go down from there, right?
Okay.
Like, just navigate towards the gold.
Okay. And when there's a tile and I make an up-down stairs there, and there's gold on the tile, will I dig out this gold?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like the shafts we have been digging, right? I would only recommend that maybe don't make 1 million entrances into the caves. Right? Like, keep it maybe to 1 access shaft.
Okay.
Is this the case right now, or have the other shafts already been dug?
I think there's only 1 connection to the cave, yeah.
And earlier when I said, like, cancel all the other digging of the shafts into the caves, did you do that?
Yes.
Okay. That's my only... Because then it's fixable, and, like, if they do end up being dangerous, it's fixable in a way that is sane.
Yeah, it's just one shaft is connected to the caves.
Cool.
Right
Just keep that the main access shaft and work from there, and everything will be fine.
Okay, okay. Okay, I try.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to extend it to be 2 by 2 up downstairs all the way up.
2 by 2. Okay.
Yeah, just so the dwarves don't get in each other's way.
Okay. So I want up downstairs here. Oh, this is not difficult.
It is not, or it is?
It is, I think. Because now I always have to go 1 level up and see where below the gold lies, right?
I mean, if you want, you can just make construction, right? And from the top, you build up downstairs below.
From the top?
Yeah, I mean, you could, if you wanted, where you hit the caves in the ceiling and you dug the up downstairs, the shaft, you just keep building up downstairs that would be lowered from the ceiling until you hit the cave floor, right? Just through construction.
Okay.
And then you have a big pillar of stairs going through the caves, which is badass. And you can, if you then want, from that pillar, you build a floor, right, that leads you up to the wall of the cave where you have the gold. You know?
But my current approach was, I will just... I am at a certain level. I struck the cave, right?
Yeah.
And I go 1 level above. And from there, from this 1 axis ladder,
north.
I dig. I dig east because there's the cave.
Yeah.
And then I basically I'm on top of the cave or on the ceiling, right above the ceiling of the cave.
Yeah.
I will dig out a free space, or some free space. And I will only dig downwards from there, with up downstairs, where the gold is underneath.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this a plan, or is this stupid to do?
I mean, if that's where the gold is.
Yeah, it's at the top. So
the gold is sitting on top of the cave.
Yeah.
It's basically got a golden ceiling.
I mean, yeah. It looks like it.
Well, then, sure, just dig up above the the cave and build up downstairs below that. Or like build downstairs and then upstairs where the gold is. Is it just one Z level of gold or multiple?
No, multiple.
Yeah, okay. Then it's like the above the cave and in the walls.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, but you can do this. You just sort of excavate the top dome of the cave.
Loot all these
greedy dwarves.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But I would recommend to make this the shaft that goes here, make that 2x2 definitely, because they're gonna have to haul all this gold.
Okay.
And also the minecart might be useful now.
Okay. And top there. So let's see how if this is working or not. I'm curious.
Sure.
Looks quite odd, but I'm sure it's fine. Go up downstairs here. Okay. So, and the access tunnel 4x4, you said, right?
2x2.
2x2, of course. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Go up one level. One level. Go up one level. Yeah, this takes a little bit of time.
I mean, you can just drag it, right? Like, you don't have to do each level.
You're completely right.
You just drag it to the 2x2 square all the way up to basically where the booze pile is. So that level where the minecart will be.
You're right. You're so smart.
Well, that's why they elected me the Dwarven King.
Okay.
No. I mean, I played this game literally back when it was 2D. And the worst thing you had to worry about was a herd of wild elephants outside of your fortress, which would always be in the west. Like, the whole game was so much more basic. It was just, in the west there you have like, because it's only one level, right? In the west is like a river and greenery and like overworld.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point as you move to the east, there's like just a long wall where the mountain starts.
Mm-hmm.
And then east of that, you just dig in there and you lay out everything on this level. And then east of that would be a cave river. And once you get over the cave river, if you keep going east, there would be a chasm, which we haven't encountered in this version at all. But that was just a deep hole that you could throw stuff into and stuff would come out. And if you cross that and you keep going east, I think you would hit a magma layer.
Mm-hmm.
And then beyond that would be the circus, which already then existed. But you wouldn't go down, you would go east. Well, you know, the hidden fun stuff. The adamantium, I guess.
Okay.
But actually in that, okay, here I will spoil the old version of Dwarf Fortress now.
Okay.
In those days, you didn't actually enter the circus. That didn't exist yet. But once you started going very far east and you would mine out the adamantium that was there, the game would internally like keep rolling dice, and eventually you would like roll a 1. I don't know on what die, but like 1d1000 or whatever. Like it was unlikely, but the more adamantium you mined out, the more likely it was you would suddenly get a message where it's just black screen, as you know, like a Wild Force of Darkness has arrived, that kind of screen, and it would just say, the dwarves have dug too deep.
Ooh.
And then it would be game over.
How metal.
It was pretty metal, but like also very basic. Like obviously we've gone very far ahead from that. It's much more involved now.
Yeah, it is. It's a great game.
Yeah, but my point is it's come so far, right? It's like,
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was much more simple. Like there was no pressure, there was no fluid dynamics back then. Like there was no manager. It's like, but people already loved the game. Like they would write stories about their fortress and about how to take care of the elephants and stuff. And yeah, it really is a game where it's sort of a mystery of why it worked at all, because it breaks basically every rule of game design. Not every, but like,
I mean, the thing
it's
is,
so not intuitive.
maybe it's yes, maybe it does, but it also I mean, is quite special in that regard, right? You don't, maybe the amount of people playing it is not astronomically, but the people who are actually playing it and telling stories with it, they are like the biggest fans.
Very devoted.
Yeah,
yes.
very devoted and the biggest fans of this game. Yeah, so maybe quality over quantity in that regard, right?
I mean, certainly, and yet it still sort of makes me wonder what is the success, right? Because it's like, okay, sure, there's a bunch of some people are gonna love it because it's good, but still, why do they just look past all the breaking of these rules? And I don't know, but I think that at least in part, it's because it's dwarves, and literally, I think the game gets away with a lot of stuff because it's about dwarves.
Okay.
I don't think this kind of game would be as successful if it was just generic humans building a town. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
because
the
dwarves are
have,
funny and metal.
yeah, and they have character.
Yes.
Literally in this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, there's all the personality stuff, but it's also, if you, I don't know, if you have, as we did, right? We're sending in dwarves, unarmed and unarmored, into battle with goblins. This is, and it's a slaughter, it's a massacre. This is just so much more funny if it's dwarves, at least to me. Right? If it's just dudes, it's like, it's still intense, but if it's dwarves, it seems like there's intention behind it. It's like, this is the kind of thing they do.
That's the thing, right? Dwarves are like bees. They or ants. They always seem like they are up to something.
I guess so, yeah.
Right? They're I don't want to be like fantasy racist or something, but it's a positive thing. They always seem like they have a plan. They are driven in some way or form.
They're crafty dwarves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And diligent.
You're absolutely right. I was sort of filling air while you were. I assumed you were digging out.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, the viewers can see we're digging currently because we designated all the cobaltite.
The vein
also to be dug out. I designated also some gems to be dug out. But one dwarf is currently digging out like the on top of the cavern.
The gold.
And will soon build the downstairs to the gold.
Nice.
And we will see what happens then. And also a caravan has arrived.
Oh wow. That hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah. A human caravan.
I don't know about you, but I'd like to trade.
Yeah? Let's do this.
I'm not sure what we're going to buy.
Hopefully we don't trade again all our mucks away.
I guess that happened, right?
Yeah.
We can always make more. It's not a big deal. But in this case, I would actually like you to go to the depot and like maybe sell off a couple barrels.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, Q to the trade depot,
Yeah.
right? Trader requested a depot and move goods to trade depot.
Some finished goods and a bunch of barrels.
Is it crafts, right?
Yeah.
Crafts, there it is. Finished goods bin.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And thank God these are humans. They will actually buy the scrap. It's not like elves.
Something. We have so many of them. Holy shit.
Yeah. Make rock crafts.
Okay, like this.
I'd
and
like
then
to
barrels,
move to
right?
a more metal industry, I would say. Yes. This and barrels.
G, move some more barrels. Where do we find barrels? With wood? No.
Furniture.
Furniture, okay.
And there's actually one more thing that we could sell, which is like copper greaves. Because we had all the armor smith train on them.
Don't we want to smelt that back into copper?
Yeah, we could, but I suspect tetrahedrite actually turns into copper. I think we are like sitting on a lot of copper.
Okay.
But I mean, we can. It's up. I'll leave it up to you. I'm just kind of curious also how much they would go for. Maybe we can sell a couple.
Okay. But I can't really find the
Barrels?
furniture. Barrels. It's just
Its own category.
its own category.
Ah, okay.
And there are only like empty barrels listed here.
I don't know. I assume so.
There are a lot of barrels.
I think even if you sell a full barrel or two, it's not gonna really put a dent in our stocks.
That's right. Ah, when it says fish barrel, then there's probably fish in it.
Yes, that sounds disgusting, by the way. Like a fish barrel is not.
We also have a cheese barrel.
It doesn't sound less disgusting for some reason.
These are all food supply, okay. Fish barrels. Yeah, this is our food supply, okay.
Ah, that wonderful fish cleaner guild has been added.
Fish barrel. Fungi wood barrel. Where do we fungi wood barrel? We have so many fish. Sheep milk barrel.
It sounds great.
Prepared food barrel. It's a lot of money,
I wonder.
right?
That's yeah.
It
should be.
I will check it out.
Yeah, sure. Just sell one of those. Buy the whole caravan. I don't know what the cook's been doing. Have we even been cooking lavish meals?
I don't know. I think it's all fish. Whatever. No, we have prepared food barrels still, so.
Yeah, okay. It does make dwarves happy if they eat those instead of just a fish. So it's not bad to have them. But holy shit, I'd like to have like one fisher dwarf and that's it. And maybe, I don't know, we can turn all the other ones either into Marks dwarves or metal crafters.
So I selected like a few hundred barrels now. That's all right.
That's probably enough. They probably can't carry all those. Barrels tend to weigh a bit more than rock crafts.
Yeah, well, tough shit.
You'll make them.
Yeah.
Take these barrels or we'll seize your goods.
Get all the fucking barrels. Yeah, there's like, tetrahedrite. We have a lot of it laying around.
Yeah.
We have like cobalt teat, a lot of it laying around.
Do you want to start smelting some of that cobaltite?
Yes. Because it's blue. It's
yeah, it's nice.
A human diplomat has arrived. Okay,
sure.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, jeez. I was at minus 50 and now I was at plus 4 again.
A jarring transition.
Yeah.
A jarring transition, I assume.
Yeah. I have to go down to the mines again to select more.
I think there's a way to bookmark locations, but I don't know how.
Oh, okay.
So you can jump more quickly. Probably with the F keys, but don't quote me on this. Also, when you read to me earlier the menus, there was a hotkey menu. So that's probably where you can rebind keys.
Okay.
Because I remember I was talking about this last episode.
Yeah. That's true. Why are no dwarves here anymore? Because they're all hauling this.
Probably, yeah. Come on, maybe we can get some nice goodies.
Oh no, they're still digging. Like fine dwarves do.
By the way,
Yes.
do you want to put some traps in the mines? Just, because now stuff might be crawling out of them.
You sure?
I mean, I don't even know if you can put traps on the minecart track.
I think currently there is actually no way to reach our staircases. Because
Why?
I think what you would see if you're standing... we've struck rutile.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, it's titanium dioxide. We talked about this. Yeah.
No, oh, nice.
Yeah. But okay, whatever. First, what was I?
Smells cobalt.
Yeah, and then there's the diplomat. He's talking to me. Let's finish there. Okay, noble dwarf. Yeah, finish peek into conversation. Civilization world info. Okay, it has been an honor. Yeah, sure. Okay, fuck off. Oh, he's gone. The thing is, like we dug this channel downstairs, right? Not channel. How do you shaft? Yeah, shaft. And I think we breached one of the staircases. Is now at the wall tiles of the cavern. Yeah, but does not go down to the floor. Yeah. So if there's nothing that can climb the walls, there is no direct way to the cavern floor.
Oh, summer child.
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds like you're safe. Focus on more important stuff.
Just saying, right?
Yeah, sure.
If you would stand on the bottom floor of the cavern and looked up the wall, a very steep, flat wall, then like at the top 1/3 or so, like 5 or 6 Z levels above, there would be like a part of the wall made into staircases by our dwarves.
Yeah, those curious dwarves have broken in. By the way that like the best way to honestly get through these caverns would be to take this 2x2 shaft of stairs, right? And you would literally, as I said, I think, this time or last time, I don't know, you make constructions now where you build more up and down stairs to just keep the shaft going all the way down to the bottom. And then you build fucking walls around that whole shaft through the entire cave. So it seals with the ceiling, and you just have this huge pillar going through the caves, but it does allow you to cross those dead levels safely. So you can keep digging this shaft down, presumably into the next cave level. You know what I mean? That would be a safe way to do it.
Okay.
But maybe that's not the way we do it.
Maybe not.
Sure.
We've struck so many amazing things, I can tell you.
What else?
Let me look at the announcement menu. Wow. We have struck rutile, red zircon, pyrolusite, native gold, ruby cell, pyrolusite, native gold, okay. Cobaltite, yellow zircon, pyrite.
Don't know what that is.
Pyrite. I don't know either. Okay, but
that's good stuff.
Then there was something bad happening. I can tell you.
Yeah, okay.
There was a bad thing.
A bad thing? What's the bad thing?
The bad thing is, it's the revenge of the slabs, because the militia commander cancels. That was Unip, the ghostly hammer dwarf, has risen and is haunting the fortress.
Is it just someone who died back in the siege?
Yeah, I think so. So we make a new slab, right?
We don't have to make a slab. We have slabs.
Okay,
engrave a slab that's there
at the craft store.
Of our 30 slabs. But paper. Yeah, it doesn't matter which. I'm so excited. It's so stressful. The slabs
there are slabs downstairs in our rock chamber.
I have PTSD from Slabgate.
Me too.
You can pick any rock craft dwarf's workshop, and engrave a slab for this ghostly hammer dwarf.
Yeah, it's currently done. Okay, maybe we can check our trade
Sure.
quickly. We have like 6 hammer lords, by the way.
Nice. It's
Okay.
more than half.
More than half. Okay, trade, right?
Yeah, sure.
So what do they have? They had nickel bars, black bronze bars, nickel, copper, lead bars.
I wouldn't
Electrum
mind
bars.
buying all the metal bars from them.
Okay. Iron bars, gold bars, zinc bars, iron bars. They sell cabochons.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
We need to look this up.
Table cut obsidian blocks.
Yeah, we don't have obsidian. Why not get some?
Malachite blocks.
That's a gemstone, right? What
Maybe.
is that?
I don't know.
Malachite?
Whatever. We don't need this.
Yeah, okay.
Jet blocks.
Hmm.
Sandy clay, some rope.
Yeah.
Rope, water skins, some iron toy axe, some hammers, toy hammer, an alpaca in a cage,
Sure.
a guinea cock in a cage, a donkey in a cage, a panda in a cage.
Oh, panda is cute. Get the panda.
Yak bull in a cage, cardinal in a cage,
That's a bird.
llama in a cage, billy goat, buffalo. We bought all the...
Yeah, why not buy animals? I like it. They all die in
Oh.
sieges anyway.
I mean, not when they're in cages.
No, it's
inside
true.
our
We can make a
fortress.
zoo.
So we don't need any more barrels. But there's like... What is this? Whiskey barrel? Yes.
With stuff in it? Yeah, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Wine? Fisherberry wine? Yes.
Sure.
Raspberry wine?
Yeah.
Yes.
This makes dwarves happy.
Raspberry
different
wine. Bumblebee venom. Swamp whiskey. Ugh.
That sounds nasty.
Disgusting,
man.
yeah.
Moonshine.
I don't know. Buffalo's milk. Some more wine. Like wine and beer is always
Yes.
tuber beer.
Well, do you know what tubers are? Like potatoes are tubers.
Like so stuff growing in the ground.
Well, lots of stuff grows in the ground.
I think everything. But yeah.
Well, some.
There's a bronze whip.
No.
Okay.
You said that very excitedly.
Yeah. You know, the abyssal whip is the best
Oh. RuneScape, huh?
RuneScape weapon, or one of the best.
I've heard someone has told me that once.
Me.
I believe.
It was me.
Yes, I think in this show.
Yes.
Not this
So
episode.
some silver stuff, some training swords,
No.
some leather dresses, some shoes, some socks, some boots, some sandals, some shields.
We have made clothes ourselves.
Yeah. Some hoods, some turban,
Hmm.
some mittens, some ropes, some bags. What else do they have?
Do they have anvils?
Haven't seen them yet.
Okay. Well, they're pretty heavy.
Some bags. Some now all the cloth comes.
That's always a large amount.
Yeah. And the leather and the cloth and the leather, and the leather and the cloth.
I mean,
Some
you
more
can
cloth.
buy 2 or 3 bins. Who knows how many we have?
Rope reed. Okay.
A couple of leather and cloth. This one, we should look at this. Like, just that's a big dampener on dwarves' moods if their clothes are like rotting off of their bodies.
Okay.
But we have made clothes before, so they should have replacements.
Mhm.
But we can at some point look at a couple dwarves.
I will buy the snail shell earring.
Sounds nice.
It's 500. Oh, never mind. There are some iron anvils,
Cool. Get them.
like 10.
We'll take these off of you. Thank you very much. And you can always melt them down for like 8
Pick
iron
tripe
bars.
and then a lot of food.
We don't need that.
Celery, beet plants, spinach leaves. So there's some expensive stuff. Horse leather quiver, spiked silver ball.
It's for
Some more
trap
spike.
component.
Serrated iron disc. Large serrated silver disc. Okay. Some enormous corkscrew again. And the cheeses.
Ah, get some cheeses.
Pig cheese. Pig cheese. Llama cheese. Reindeer cheese. Cow cheese. Okay. Water buffalo cheese. Okay, some cheese.
How much are we totaling?
6,000 right now.
That's not so much.
Okay.
How much can we sell?
We can sell the prepared food barrel for 2,000.
Okay.
Then I can sell all the frickin' barrels.
How much do they go for?
Like 40 to 120.
Okay. But at least we can get rid of them.
Mm. All the barrels. Then there's the finished good bin, which is worth 20,000
Wow.
because of the earring, which is in there.
Ah, may not want
And
to
the
sell
mugs
that.
are in there again. All the mugs we've made. I don't want to sell them.
We can make more.
Yeah, but the crown and the bracelets we don't need, right? Crowns and scepters. And some figurines. Claystone ring. Hopefully this can be sold completely. So we're at 12,000 currently.
No, it's pretty much double.
Yeah.
You can already do the trade if you want.
We say another finished good barrel, right?
Okay.
But no, okay, I will try. It's double, yeah.
All right.
T for trade. What was it? Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you for your business.
Always like trading with humans.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, so
uncomplicated.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
All right.
what else? The slab thing, right?
All right.
Is he done already? Oh, Chief Medical Dwarf is throwing a tantrum.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, we never gave her that temple.
No, that's right. What was the god again?
Sigwick Cyber Skulls.
Of course.
It was something similar. If you read the list to me, I can tell. Sorry, that was my last Shadowrun character.
That's alright. I will... Okay, the temple is built, but I need to put an altar there, right?
Yeah.
That is...
Wow.
Offering place, right?
Yeah, it is. I think technically they're not even necessary, but it's... Come on.
Claystone altars, okay.
And then you make it a zone. And a meeting place, and then you assign it a location or something. Make location.
Okay. What? Major cancels sleep. Resting injury. Our mayor. I mean our mayor.
He got hurt somehow?
It seems like.
Shit. Isn't he like a military dwarf?
I think so.
Apart from being mayor. Sometimes they get injured from sparring.
From sparring?
It can happen, sure.
Wow. They spare quite
I mean, this happens to normal people as well.
Work hard, play hard, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay, what were we up to?
The church, the temple?
Ah, the temple, yeah. But somebody needs to build the door and the temple. Okay, it's done. Now,
Meeting area. Zone.
Zone.
Aye.
Yeah. Okay, this is now a zone. And it's a meeting area. Assign location.
Can you make it a location?
Add a location.
I guess.
A temple?
Yeah.
So we have Zugla, Oz, Noskam, Avus, Iskil, Ertral, the Gates of Defending, Sickle, Bone Steep.
That's the one.
Okay.
I knew it.
It's the Unseen Shrine.
Wow, that's so cool.
Done.
So that might help. We can also, like, do we have some statues?
I think so.
Can you, in the temple district, just in the hall,
Mm.
can you just put down a bunch of statues neatly, symmetrically? I know that a long time ago we wanted to encrust these in gemstones, but I don't give a fuck anymore.
Okay. So buildings, statues
Yeah.
is S. Okay.
The point is to just put some nice shit around the fortress, right? Like expensive, well-crafted objects, because that makes dwarves happy, right? We haven't been like, I mean, we've smoothed everything and stuff, but we can do more to avoid tantrums and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And statues, you can place them and then make a statue garden and then make dwarves sort of happy.
What is a statue garden?
Well, if you can designate a room from a statue and that, you know, you can make it a statue garden. And I can't tell you more about that, except it's kind of like, instead of trees, you have statues, I guess.
Okay. Oh, there's a grid of statues being built there now.
Nice.
Let's see if the barrel situation downstairs has... No, it's still full of barrels.
Well, I bet there are many more barrels probably sitting in the carpenter's workshop. And once a place in the furniture stockpile is free, it will immediately get filled up.
Okay.
You could do a nasty trick.
Wait. What is happening? They are making cobaltite mugs? No, they shouldn't do that.
Wow. Oh, it might be, is the cobaltite, is it being put on the stone stockpile?
Yes, is it a stone? It's not an ore?
It's an economic stone, right? The thing is...
No, it's not. No.
It's not in the stockpile?
Wait a second. The thing is, it is in the stockpile.
Ah.
But it looks different. The thing is, if you...
Well, is it even ore that you can smelt?
If there is like a granite lying on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Just a piece of granite.
Yeah.
It's like a little ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's round.
Just a stone.
And if silver ore, for example, is not that round, it looks quite different. It looks like a little crystal.
Yeah, because it's an ore.
And the cobaltite also looks like a crystal.
Yeah.
And it's an ore because it has a vein, right?
Yeah.
But
But you can make many ores into stone crafts, is the thing.
And the thing is, if I look now on the stockpile,
yeah,
there there is like, let me look at it. There's like one thing there that looks like, no, that's microclimate. Okay. Because we enabled one.
I know.
Shop.
I was gonna say one of the shops. See, okay. I wasn't like just making this whole stockpile nightmare for fun. It was to avoid this situation where they turn economic stones into crafts.
Okay, so give to pile or workshop, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's done making training bolts.
I think it's done.
Yeah, then you can link
JM. Yeah, it's done.
So that this stone stockpile gives only to that one rock crafts workshop.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Or to the 4 rockcraft workshops.
I thought they were all connected to it.
They were all but one are connected to it.
I mean, I wanted that the end situation is that this stockpile gives to all those 4 rock crafts, dwarfs workshop, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
Can I just like abbreviate it? The rock. No, rock is not even in the name. Maybe that's what's tripping me up. It's just a crafts dwarfs workshop, right? So the CDW that doesn't make it better.
No.
The CD workshop that works. I'm gonna call it the CD workshop.
Or the craft. The crafter?
But that's too generic. Everything we do is crafting, basically.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
It's a CD shop.
Okay, it's a CD shop.
I don't know. I feel like you're mocking me. You're not digging my anyway. Whatever.
Sometimes it seems like it, but in those cases, sometimes I'm just doing something.
I understand. It's fine. I'm basically mocking
side.
myself. Is the temple done? We did the temple, right? Okay.
Yeah, the
Can you do Q on a statue? They should be placed by now, yeah?
Yes.
You only need to do this for one of them.
Make a sculpture garden.
There you go.
Size the room.
Just a whole hall.
This is now a sculpture garden.
Nice.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Maybe put some sculptures in the... Oh, whatever. That's
you can put sculptures wherever you want.
I want to dig more gold.
All right.
Let's see if they are done with... Oh, there are more gems there. Let's get them gems. Somebody has become an administrator. Okay.
Cool. Snape or something.
Somebody has become captain of the guard. Okay.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Down, down, down. Oh, I go up now. Down, down, down. To the caverns. There we are. Okay. We dug out some gold ore. This is lying around now.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
If I look at it with K. Gold nuggets. Nice.
Nuggets. Chicken nuggets.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, cool.
Dig further.
Well, what do you mean by that? Do you want to dig out more of the valuables in the mine, or
Yes.
dig further down to the next cave?
No, the valuables first.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. You really do have that dwarf mindset. I really, I'm quite pleased.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't describe myself as greedy in real life,
not.
but
Just crafty.
okay.
No, in real life, you do not do everything you can to get your greedy little fingers onto gold nuggets.
Not quite.
No one was thinking you did, Steffen.
Really?
Don't worry, it's just a game. It's a frivolous activity to seek distraction from our easy lives. It's not how we really are.
There's so much gold.
Hey, we got really lucky.
No.
No?
We deserved this.
Ah, okay.
We
Now you're
worked for
really
this.
talking like a greedy dwarf. Like, what was his name? Thorin? When he had the jewel of smog or whatever? I don't remember. And But there was this special stone, right? And he had it in
stone.
Yes, exactly. And he'd like, it sort of corrupted his mind. And he got real greedy.
Yes.
And shut himself up in his mountain. It's so dwarvy. I mean, makes complete sense. That was a weird movie.
The Hobbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really liked it.
No. It was just too much. Like Bilbo says, like it's too little butter spread over too much toast.
Really? You said this?
He said that he uses this metaphor in Lord of the Rings when he's talking to Frodo, and he's talking about how he feels like he's gotten too old, and right, and we know that his life is sort of unnaturally long because of the ring, and he wants to go with the elves to like the Grey Havens or whatever. And he's explaining to Frodo that he feels like a piece of butter spread over too much toast, sort of too thin. And that's a metaphor for like the ennui of old age, I guess, and him just sort of winding down. But I think it also perfectly describes the Hobbit movies. Because it's a
hot take.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, you're just digging. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna talk.
That's
right?
all right, Marius.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
you
teasing
shut
you.
up, get back in the mines. Let
Yeah.
me tell you, A Hobbit was a bad movie and what Peter Jackson did wrong. Actually, from what I know, he didn't even want to make those movies.
What?
Yeah, it was like a contractual obligation that he sort of had to do them. And I think for a while they almost got, what's his name? Guillermo del Toro. That's the director, right? Who made
Yeah,
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, he almost made those Hobbit movies. And I think, there was some
Beef.
studio fuckery, and they got Jackson to do it, and he didn't really want to do it. And here's my main reason. Here's the real hot take, and this is not really a hot take. I mean, obviously the movie is super old. Nobody cares anymore, and also other people have said this. But The Hobbit is a children's book. It's like how many pages? Did you read it?
No, but I think my mother has one of them.
Right,
One of those books.
It's a small book,
Yeah.
right? It's a tiny little story, and it's great for what it is. But it's like, how many movies are The Hobbit? 3 or 2?
3.
It's insane, right?
It's too much butter.
Yeah, exactly. Too little butter on too much toast.
Yeah.
Because like you can make Lord of the Rings into 3 movies. That's like how many books is that? Like 18? I don't know. Tolkien already divided it into multiple books, right?
Yeah.
But like with Hobbit, it's just it's a different league entirely.
True.
Anyway, I'm
Facts.
sorry. Welcome to Sefolfikod movie podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're digging. What am I going to do?
I don't know.
Are you still designating valuables in the mines?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still designating valuables in the mines.
Did you know that the filming of Lord of the Rings
Tell me.
actually caused the sort of labor laws in New Zealand to change substantially?
No.
This was because while they were filming it, right, they were using lots of local actors and stuff for like orcs and stuff and other people as well. I'm sure the writers of Rohan. There's lots of roles in Lord of the Rings, right? And just generally other people working on the set. Like filming is a big endeavor. And the problem was, I think, that they were unionizing. And Hollywood would have none of that. And so they sort of strong-armed the New Zealand government and said, look, you're going to shut down this union business or we're out of here and we're gonna like Mordor is now in Malaysia. Like, we can do this. We'll film it somewhere else.
This mean.
It is, but I guess that's I don't know. That's how it went. And I'm sure there's arguments for both sides. This was probably also very much in the interest of New Zealand actors, at least some of them. But it's wild that it happened. I'm probably also representing what actually happened. I'm just doing this from memory. There's a YouTuber who made a wonderful video about this, Lindsay Ellis, and you can check her out. She has a whole video about Lord of the Rings labor disputes in New Zealand.
Great. Nice. Okay, I designated more stuff.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we smelt some gold bars.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're digging all this gold, but like nothing's gonna happen unless you smelt it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say, can you just like make another stack of workshop spaces in the metal hall?
Ooh. I think there's place still, yeah?
I don't know where.
Like
where is space?
Coming from if you exit the metal hall to the north.
Yeah.
On
the left.
On the left side, the first room are the furnaces. And on the left side, there's a second room, a little bit more north, and that is still empty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there we can put something.
Okay, I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. Right at the other side of the hallway, at this position.
On the northern hall. On the east is the mechanic.
Not off the hall, but on the hallway north.
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what I
metal
mean.
hall. Yeah.
The northern hallway of the metal hall.
Yeah.
It has on
4 rooms.
Yeah, on the western side. I thought on the western side. Let's synchronize our image of the photos. I thought on the western side, in the southernmost part of this hallway, on the western side is the carpenter, and then north of it is another stack of rooms with the mechanic.
Yes.
This is correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then on the eastern side and the southernmost is furnaces,
Yep.
3 of them, and the northern part is indeed empty.
Yes.
I don't want that one to be the metalsmith though, because it's pretty far away from the ore stockpile.
Okay.
In the southern, I mean just in the metal hall, right? The other metal crafting workshops are directly at this hall. Is there another space somewhere to put more?
Yeah, sure. I
workshops?
mean south. Yes.
Is
South.
there actually space?
Yes.
Or is the map ending?
No,
there?
no. There's space for one, for like 4x4 or 5x5 room.
That's all we need,
Yeah.
right?
Because on the other side, on the eastern hall, right, of our grid, there in the south, there's the fishery guild.
I know,
Yeah.
the west, you mean?
In the west, yeah.
Yeah, and in the middle, there's still nothing there.
Yes.
But eventually, we'll make the king's chamber there or whatever. But I think it's fine if you just dig out another stack of 3 4x4 workspaces in the south of the metal hall.
Okay.
That's possible, right?
How many?
Well, 4x4 rooms, just like the other metalsmith rooms,
Yeah.
right? And just on top of each other with a staircase somewhere in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the door to the big hall. Because we have so much ore and stuff, and like, why not? I mean, we want to make stuff out of all the gold, right?
Sure.
Like-
I agree.
Golden thrones
Yes.
and statues and like little crafts.
Amazing.
I do
love it.
think that
Yeah.
should be done.
Designate. Some more stone smoothing, of course. Always smooth all the stones.
Yeah, and don't like we're at a stage where you can also tell people to engrave.
Should they engrave the dining hall, right?
I would do that last when they have legendary skill.
Ah, okay.
First,
think
you
they-
train them up on other stuff.
They engraved, I think, the central stockpile on the
Nice.
0 level.
Where no one can see the engravings.
Yeah. Yeah, what should they engrave next?
Other stockpiles?
Okay.
I mean, until they're legendary, right?
So basically the whole -1 level
Sure.
they can engrave. I love our fortress. It's so neat.
Yeah, it is. This is kind of nice.
Okay. Digging. What is our stocks look? Oh, we're at 700,000.
Nice.
Bars, 700
I
bars.
don't. I feel like it won't be.
7 iron bars, 4 gold bars, 26 silver bars, 13 steel bars.
Okay.
And have we our steel leggings now? Let's see, steel mails. I don't see the steel leggings. But we've made them, right?
We gave Joan the order. Maybe they're not.
Where are they?
I mean, if you search for leg, what comes up?
Let's see. Tab to search. Leg. Okay, we have copper leggings. We have 3, 4. We have actually 20 steel leggings.
Yeah, we made them before. And
Steel
now
chain leggings.
I don't know why they don't come up when you just Google steel.
Me neither.
I
yeah.
said Google. I mean, just search
Yeah.
on this thing. Yeah, that seems like weirdly buggy. Okay, no big deal that we have
Should I
too
melt
many.
them? Again?
Nah, I mean, we're gonna use them eventually. I'm
Okay.
sure. It's fine.
Mhm.
But you can tell her to make other stuff.
Okay,
now.
so we have, if I just look at steel stuff, we have like steel leggings and shirts
yeah,
and 13 steel bars.
so we can easily make 10. I don't know what's next. What else is there? Gauntlets, boots.
Shields, helmets.
I would not make the shields because shields are. It's the least useful, I think, to be made from steel. I would make those last.
Okay,
But
then
helmets is fine. Helmets, boots, gauntlets, that kind of stuff.
I will make 10 helmets then.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So, okay. Return to game.
And our other armor smiths?
Yeah, what should they do? I don't know. Can they make silver armor?
No, I think
No.
we've gone over that. Well, you can keep making copper crap.
Crap. Should they make like...
Or you also
we
tell
don't have
them.
any bars, copper bars left.
What bars do we have? What can they make?
We have 7 iron bars, 4 gold bars, 26 silver bars, 3 copper bars, 3 nickel bars. Maybe we let somebody smelt some copper bars because we have so much tetrahedrite ore.
Smelt some tetrahedrite. And we kind of have just arrived at this knowledge that it's copper, right?
Maybe. I don't
Just
know.
smelt it, we'll see what we get.
Yeah. So make pig iron bars, make steel bars, add a new task, make smelt tetrahedrite ore.
Yeah.
Whatever this means.
And did you tell them also all to smelt gold? Because that's
No.
what we want, right?
Okay. Cancel
Put that
task.
on repeat.
I will just make it over the manager, right?
You can do that, sure.
So new order, smelt tetrahedrite ore. Where is it? There is it. Like 50? 100?
How much do we have?
I mean, the whole cave is full of it. I think it's more than 100.
Start with 30.
Okay. And queue new order. We have lots of silver ore still.
Ah, yeah, I would melt that as well. Silver is nice.
Smelt native silver ore.
Mm-hmm.
Also 30 maybe.
Sure.
And then queue smelt gold, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Native gold ore.
Holy
That's
shit.
fucking
You might
cool.
as well, you're digging out those 4 metalsmith workshops, right?
Mm.
Like next to them, you might as well dig out another set just to make more smelters. Because all this smelting, like, that's the bottleneck, right?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know how fast they are currently.
Well, you can look at the dwarves that do it.
Oh, and also cobaltite ore, right?
That's right, yeah. But see, when are they gonna smelt all this stuff? Like,
Yeah.
we need more smelting.
Cut cobaltite. Cut cobaltite? Oh, that's
As
gems?
a gemstone. Well, maybe it can be all of this, right?
Encrust finished goods with cobaltine, encrust armor with cobaltite. Okay.
Oh man, we should encrust armor with
Cool.
gems. That's so badass.
I can't smelt this cobaltite, but
Maybe
it's a vein.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is supposed to be just an economic stone that can't.
Should I cut it? All the cobaltite?
Sure. I wouldn't cut all of it, but you can do some.
Okay, I will 30 maybe.
Sure. Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at our jeweler, whom we have not looked at. Do you know where
Okay.
he is?
The dwarf? Or...
No, the workshop.
Yeah, I know where the workshop
Okay.
is.
It has a stockpile nearby, right?
Underneath it, yeah, it's full.
Okay, above it?
Above it is another. Yeah, there's also a stockpile,
Yeah.
but there's nothing on there.
Yeah, select that stockpile.
Yeah.
With Q. It's linked to the jeweler. Unlink it.
Give Jeweler's Workshop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unlink it. Okay.
Delete selected. Okay.
Yeah. And then just select the jeweler. I mean, you can do it through the manager if you want. He should be cutting gems and maybe encrusting stuff with gems, right? To make stuff nicer.
I can do this over the JM interface, so I can queue a new order, and when I search cobaltite,
Yeah.
I can encrust finished goods with cobaltite.
Sure.
I can encrust furniture, or I can. I can encrust ammo with cobaltite.
Ammo.
Yeah, and we talked about this, Marius.
Oh, for silver tips.
No, for gem tips on metal bolts. Yeah.
Right, and you're somehow trying to convince me that it makes them more effective.
I mean, it's the case in RuneScape. Just
Right.
Just say.
That's where this is coming from. I see. Well, I think that is just insanely wasteful.
Really?
to tip. Yeah, and that's why you should absolutely do it.
Okay. Gems and diamonds, right, are like gems or diamonds at least.
I mean,
they are like the hardest materials.
Absolutely.
They pierce through everything.
Still, I don't see NATO going around with diamond-tipped bullets.
Yeah, because they have
This is
nukes.
not done.
I mean,
well, and those aren't diamond-tipped either, right?
Oh,
even though diamonds are very hard.
okay, but you know that if you have like if you cut metal,
Yeah.
yeah, you do this with a
Steel. Laser.
you can do this with lasers, but in the past you had like I'm not sure how they're called in English.
A diamond saws, of course.
Yeah, diamond saws.
Or also on regular saws, you would have like diamond dust sometimes.
Yeah, and to cut stone and metal. Yeah.
Did you know that diamonds are like industrial diamonds are actually not that hard to make? It's this whole huge plot of the diamond industry to keep them artificially rare, so that people will buy jewelry.
Probably.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Watch out.
So, you can encrust bolts. I'm not going to stop you, but there may also be other stuff that you may want to encrust.
Can we encrust armor with it? There was no option.
Well, you said armor, but that was ammo, right?
Yeah.
So there is no option to encrust armor, I'm afraid. You have to get artifact armor for that, I think.
Okay, how many bolts? 50?
No, please. Come on. That's 1 gem each. Like, just start with 10, okay? And then we can look at this wonderful jeweled ammo.
Duh. Okay.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
Yeah. And just, I mean, it's good to keep the jeweler working. That's probably a good idea.
You know what? I had the best idea to digging out this gold.
Yeah.
I just select all the area to make it up downstairs.
To make it, what? To make it up downstairs?
Yeah, and then I dig down and just all the walls, the cavern
make
walls,
it all, yeah, I thought that's what
everything
you're
is-
doing.
Yeah, but I selected like just the tiles where just the gold is, and then I had to dig like little shafts from down, from top to bottom, but it's just faster if I select everything and just dig out everything, and then
Exactly.
it's fine.
I'm glad you're wisening up to this. Now you're thinking like a dwarf. Why not just strip down the whole mountain? Just, flatten the landscape.
Yeah.
If it doesn't fit, you make it fit.
Yeah, of course.
This is excellent.
Wait, what? No, this was a bit much. Or was it? Yeah, it was. Let me select all the stuff.
Yes. Huh.
What are you thinking about, Marius?
We haven't been sieged in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes me worried.
Makes it more fun.
If not being sieged, you mean?
No,
I
because
think
when
being
they come,
sieged-
they will come
I'm sure they will come.
in large quantities. Okay.
But we are so ready with the hammer lords and stuff.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? What is he doing? He's a miner. What is he? He's a master hammer dwarf. Why is he a master hammer dwarf? And also,
Well, why not? Maybe he just trains in his spare
high
time.
master discipline, legendary observer, grandmaster fighter. Why is he mining?
Well, is he actually in the military?
I don't know. Let's see. It's Tosset. It's an administrator.
What the fuck?
Let's go to the unit list.
Tosset is a man of many talents, if he is a man.
And he is an administrator, yeah.
But is he in the military? Like in a squad that's active? I mean, this is impossible. Like, he can't even carry a hammer and a pickaxe.
How was he? What was his name? Tosset?
Tosset.
Yes, he is in the... It seems like, Marius, there is... At some point, you become a Hammer Lord.
Oh, then you're no longer in the squad?
No, you are. And then, after that, you become an administrator.
What?
Because I look at our squad of the Mighty Minds.
Yeah.
And there's like a Hammer Lord and a Hammer Dwarf, but there are also like administrators there.
No, okay, I can tell you why that is.
Ah, okay.
And okay, it's my theory, because
Yeah.
nobody knows anything about this fucking game. But what they have to do in these squads when they spar and train is to organize the training session, right? And that trains the organizer skill. And I think if someone gets very high in the organizer skill, they will eventually get that title of administrator.
Ah, okay.
Right? But I think that's where that comes from. It's a bit weird that that's higher than the actual hammer dwarving and fighting, but maybe that's how it is. What I don't understand is why is this dwarf not, like, if he's in the military, why is he mining? That's the part that I don't get. Is Tosset actually in the squad? In the hammer dwarf squad?
Let me look. I mean, I saw him there. Unit, do we have more people who are... Yes, he is in there.
And the squad is active.
He's currently drinking. If I go to the military and look at the Mighty Mind squad, there are 10 dwarves in the squad.
Yeah.
And Tosset is one of them, yes.
And the squad, what's the alert of the squad?
Alert is active training.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought that the training schedule is every month, all the time. Maybe it's not. Maybe they've got some downtime. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, didn't we change this to 2 dwarves or so? And not all 10?
Yeah, that shouldn't change the activation
Okay.
part. It's just when they have orders or like sparring sessions and stuff, then not all dwarves have to show up. I think that's what that means. I don't think under any circumstances they should lose their status, and especially they shouldn't lose their uniform while they're active. But this dwarf doesn't seem to be active. Maybe he's just off duty because the schedule doesn't cover all the time, right?
Okay.
Like, you can design a schedule where they're like on duty, off duty, and that's nice because then they can like do some military training, but they also have time to socialize and pursue their crafts.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. I'm just confused. I thought we had it set up a different way, but I'm not complaining because the hammer dwarfs, like, they are training, and like they're becoming hammer lords. It's obviously working.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So let him dig. Fine. Make him more buff.
It's a good workout, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, have the new metal workshop spaces been dug out?
A second.
Or are you still in the mines? I don't want to interrupt your gemstone gathering.
Of course I'm in the mines. I'm always in the mines. I've struck native gold. Yes, indeed. Okay, what was the question?
The metal workshops.
Yes.
You want to smelt all this shit.
Have not been dug out.
Oh,
because
okay.
the miners
Are in the mines.
are in the mines.
Yeah,
mining
figures. Okay, never mind.
out. But I think stuff is happening. Let me look. Some steel hams being made. Some stuff is tetrahedrite ore, native silver ore, native gold ore, pig iron bars, and steel bars are being smelted.
Okay.
So a lot of it. At 3 workshops at once.
Yeah.
Did they make some bars actually? Iron bars, silver bar? No, not quite. They're not that fast. But that's okay.
Maybe we have to tell more people to be smelters.
I mean, we only have 3 workshops right now.
Yeah, okay. Do you see dwarves active in there?
Let me see. There is one, and the chief medical. The chief medical dude, yeah. Because
we told her to.
Yeah, we told her.
Because she was so angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's working. Like, I haven't heard her tantrum in a while. Okay, but people are in there. That's good.
Yeah. Like 2 of them are smelting.
Yeah, but that's... I wouldn't expect the workshop to be filled 100% of the time.
Okay.
But sure, I mean, you can always designate a couple more furnace operators.
Okay, unit list.
Just find a fish cleaner or whatever.
Fishy worker. Yeah?
Sure.
He's socializing currently.
Yeah, lazy ass. I mean, you can just, like, enable it for him. Just a gentle nudge.
Metalsmithing.
Yeah.
Furnace operation.
You know what? Just enable all the metal crafting as well. Why not? Armor smithing and...
Weaponsmithing, blacksmithing, and metal crafting.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd rather have those skills in someone as the movable skills, right?
Interrupted by a giant bat.
Ah, here we go.
Here we go.
So I assume this is in the mines?
Yes.
Yeah. So who has been interrupted and where is this bat?
I'm looking.
It's a Batman. Who are you gonna call? Wrong movie.
So there it is, actually. A miner is attacked. But I can't see the bat. Oh, one miner is also running away. Let me look at his wounds. Left foot.
Oh.
And left upper leg is the other, but I can't really see where the bat is.
You can zoom around with V, or you can go to the unit list and
Yeah,
try
I'll
to
go
find
to
it there.
the unit list. Others. Giant bat. Why don't I go to unit? Oh, it's coming up. Oh shit. I've did a huge mistake.
Why?
It's currently flying through the shaft.
Yeah, okay.
Upwards. And I said that I made a huge mistake because I initially wanted the mining operation in the caverns, right?
Yeah.
I initially connected just to one staircase, one shaft, with a tunnel connecting to it, so we can put a door or a wall there if you want. But then I had the idea to carve out this whole area with up downstairs, and didn't realize that this will connect this level with the level above, where we also had up downstairs of the other shaft we dug. And now all these ladders of the other shaft are connected to the cavern.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
this is what happened.
Well, this is what happens.
So I will just destroy these ladders or something, right? How do I do this?
You could, I mean, yeah.
Remove these stairs?
Seal it off again, right? You can remove stairs. That's not going to help you with flyers. Building floors would seal it off properly.
I mean, the bed is currently there. What do
yeah,
we do
right
about
now
it?
you're not constructing anything or sealing anything off with the bed there. Well, you can let it come up. You can see where it goes. People will flee from it. Or you can send in the military after it. That's the advantage of having a military.
Yeah. The dwarf tries to flee and wants to climb up a ladder, but it's interrupted by a giant bat.
Oh, it's a bat blocking the dwarf. Is it a bat between the dwarf and the fortress? I think you should just send in the hammer dwarfs, honestly.
Okay. They can fight this bat?
Well, if it's in the stairs... I mean, the giant bat doesn't have ranged attacks. I mean, it would have to get to the dwarves. Sure, you can also send in the Marks dwarf, but the thing is with the Marks dwarves, they're not as well defended. Like, they're much more likely to get fucked up by the bat.
Okay.
I mean, you could send, but the staircase doesn't go down into the cave.
No.
Which is why you cannot send in the Marks dwarves to stand on the cave floor, which would be nice, because then they can shoot up and stuff. They are bottlenecked in the staircase. So I don't think they would be super effective.
Okay. The thing is, I think this bat, if I saw this correctly, is currently, if I go to unit again, is like, it's like stuck in... What? Where is it? Sorry, I can't find it currently. Where's this frickin' bat? There it is, on this level. Okay. The thing is, it's it's in one of the shafts going up and down, right? We dug out. So there's just one tile.
Yeah. I mean, the flying doesn't really help it very much in that situation anyway.
But where do I send the hammer dwarfs now?
Just station them in that shaft.
Okay.
Roughly the area where the bat is, maybe below, so they have to go through the bat squares. And once they see it, they will go completely apeshit and start killing it.
Okay.
I hope, at least. But honestly, if they can't handle this bat, then... Well, maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Okay. And it's also the case if the bat is like 5 or 6 Z levels above them, in the staircase of the shaft, they will see it from the bottom, right?
No, but hopefully they will run into each other. I mean, nothing about this is precise, right?
Okay.
If you station them in the shaft, they will sort of go to that area.
Okay.
And like they will also spread around a little bit.
Okay, how do we do this? Alert?
No. And like it was either the squad screen. I think it's the squad screen.
Squad, okay. And then the mighty mines.
Yeah. And make sure you use the station order, not the kill order.
Mighty mines. A. Move?
Yeah. Sorry, it's no longer called station. It's move.
Move to cursor. Okay, they will just sit in the mines then.
Yeah, just in the general area of the map of the bat.
Yeah.
And if the bat moves around and it's somewhere else, then you change the move order.
Okay.
Like, come on, you've played LOL. Like, you want to attack something, you just click your unit into the general area of some enemy creep. And it'll attack, right? It's like attack move.
Yeah. And can't go up and down because it's interrupted by this giant bat.
Yeah, this poor miner must be saved. This is not a rescue mission for Mighty Mines. The name could not be chosen better for what they're doing now.
Oh, they are already. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these are buff dwarfs, right? They're fast.
It's a hammer dwarf, yeah. Talented hammer dwarf, okay. But where's the bat again? I will try to station them now exactly on the tile where the fucking bat is, okay?
Yeah.
There's also a giant rat.
Oh, dear. But how did that get in the shaft? Bats can fly. Rats can fly.
That's right. Why is it in there?
Well, we can kill them all.
Wild animal. Go to unit.
Maybe it came from the surface.
No, it's downstairs in the very deep in the mines. We don't even have a connection to there. Maybe they killed the other bat already? The Hammer Dwarfs? Why can I see this unit list again? Giant rat, giant bat. And some white storks, okay. Dead and missing. Let me see. In the announcements, you've struck native gold. Interrupted by a giant bat. Interrupted by a giant bat. Where was the combat thing?
Reports?
Reports. The dog is fighting. The miner is fighting. The hunter is hunting.
I don't think they've really engaged it yet. I mean,
yeah, but the thing is, I could see the bat in the staircases, right?
Yeah.
And right now, if I go to the unit list menu and look at the giant bat, and go to the unit, it's downstairs. It's like 10 Z levels downstairs in the cavern where we weren't yet, right?
So maybe it moved out of the staircase and is now back in the cavern.
Maybe.
Looks like it. Of course, the Hammer Dwarfs can't reach it there.
But it's...
Yeah, but it's a problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well... I don't know what to tell you.
This is the problem you get.
The scenario that happens. So I'm excited to hear your solution.
My solution?
Well, I mean, the tools are at your disposal are Wait It Out, Hammer Dwarfs, and Marks Dwarfs, I think. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Right, and maybe the Marks Dwarfs can shoot it from up above, like from sort of the stairs and the sides of the cavern. That's possible. And you can put them both there, Marks Dwarfs and Hammer Dwarfs, so if the bat gets close to the Marks Dwarfs, the Hammer Dwarfs might support them, defend them. But yeah, I am going to say it. Like, do you understand why it's like nice to, if we had a neat little tunnel into the cave floor with like a 3x3 tunnel going in, that's an easy to defend position.
Yeah, so I should remove like the or close off the ceiling, right? At this point, at this part of the
well,
mine.
I mean, you can do that, or you can go way more up and just like you can close off access wherever you want, right?
Yeah. How do I do this? So I have these up downstairs here on one level, and I want to like pour them over with cement or something. So I want to close them off.
What I'm saying is, if you follow all the paths that lead from the cave into the mine, right? You can also cut it off way at the top. Like, even like, think about the level where we have the booze stockpile, right? Where's the entrance to the part that goes to the mines?
Like on the east wall also. On the western wall, I mean.
But how many tiles wide? Like, you probably only have to build maybe one wall there, and the entire cavern will be inaccessible. Is that correct?
Maybe. I'm confused. Because I mean the situation was that the shafts were just connected at one single point. One single shaft was connected to the cavern.
Yeah.
Initially, and then I started to mine out the ceiling of the cavern and created up downstairs, and those connected to the other shaft.
So let me make one thing clear.
And I wanted to close off this other shaft. I connected now to the cavern, and I want this connection to be gone. Yeah.
Okay, you still want access to the caverns?
Yeah.
Let's say through the main shaft. You just want to block this one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, then it sounds like you have to do that at the site, at all the sites that you have mistakenly connected. You need to disconnect them. Remove the stairs and build a floor.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if that...
If that works.
Well, what happens if you have an up and down stairs? I'm not entirely sure, but I think if you...
Can I just make a floor here?
Yeah, if you remove the upstairs on one level and then on the level above that you build a floor, I don't think flyers will be able to get through. And nothing else will either.
Okay, so I remove the... The thing is, they aren't like upstairs, they're up downstairs. Everywhere.
Yeah, but if you remove the upstairs from an up downstairs, it will turn to a downstairs, which I don't know if you want to keep that. You can also think about just channeling stuff out and removing the floor and then rebuilding the floor. That's probably the safest solution.
Yeah.
Do you understand why I said, okay, just call it Scorched Earth, block the entire section of the mine off, and like you can re-enter the cavern from a different angle.
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
Just to avoid tedium in designating stuff. But maybe I'm misunderstanding the layout of the mines, right? I was under the impression that we have sort of several blocks sort of lying around with several shafts going down.
We have two. Just two of
them. Two
yeah.
blocks of those.
Yeah.
Are both of them connected to the mines right now?
Currently, yes.
I see. Okay.
Just because I was...
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but these blocks, am I correct in assuming this? They have like a little bit of an access tunnel to the main mine shaft.
Yes.
And you could wall those little access points off. Nothing would come out of the mines. And then, okay, you can make another block with shafts going down into the mines if you want. That's now sort of safe, right?
Okay.
Because it's tedious to build a shit ton of floors and like remove stairs and stuff, but it's very easy to build one tile of wall.
That's true. Okay, I will wall then just... So, like, we have two shafts. One is on the eastern side, one is on the... Okay. I have to clear this up. We have one grid of shafts, like 16 on one side, and another grid of shafts on the other side,
also
16.
Yeah, nice.
And I will now completely seal off the one side of it.
Yeah.
So we just go through the other one.
Okay.
Right?
You can do this.
So basically, this results in the one grid of shafts belonging to the caverns now. And being connected forever to the caverns?
Well, the thing is, that's not completely true, just what you're saying there, because the other shaft structure will also be accessible from the caverns.
Yeah, but there's only one way there.
There will be only one path from the caverns to the surface.
Yeah.
That will be the one thing you're changing there.
Okay.
But I'm not, what's the end goal?
For me?
Yeah.
I mean, just have one single walkway to the caverns.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I would wall off that one section up there in the mines. And you can, like, dwarves can still get to the other shaft structure. They just have to sort of make a detour.
Yeah, go through the mines.
Through the caverns, yeah.
Basically, yeah. Okay, let me wall this off then.
And I guess the bat is far enough away that they won't...
Yeah, it's gone for some reason. Okay, so build a wall, floor, stairs, track. A wall, just right?
Uh-huh.
And just take granite. Okay. Okay. There's a wall now. There will be a wall as
You may want to, if the bat is no longer a concern, you may want to destation the squad.
Okay.
And cancel the move order.
Okay, let's see if this is being done or not. Oh, the dwarves are coming downstairs. Okay. So, squads. Station thing. Cancel station.
Sure. Thanks for your service, Hammerlords.
Nice. Let's see if this is being done, but I think so. They are fine. So they dug out a little bit of gold and more of the gold. Okay, great.
All right.
Okay. So.
Is the hurt miner, is he in the hospital now?
I don't know, let's see.
Did we ever build a traction bench in the hospital?
I'm not sure. Let me look at it.
That was a long time ago, I feel like.
There is like a table, and a table in the hospital. No, there's no traction bench.
Can we?
But there are a lot of, yeah. So, one miner is in the hospital.
Uh-huh.
Then a stonecrafter is in the hospital.
Oh.
Another stonecrafter.
Are they just sleeping, or are
Pottage maker.
are they convalescing?
They are resting.
Is that the same as sleeping?
Rest. No, rest means resting. I think so.
Okay.
Let me look at the unit
Didn't
list.
know we have so many hurt people.
Yeah, resting is not
Sleeping.
Sleeping, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can you look at them with V? I'm curious what their wounds are.
Mm-hmm. Right lower leg. He's hurt.
Where did they get hurt?
Left foot. I mean that's the minor. Left upper leg. Also unconscious.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
They're all unconscious. Not
Wow.
because they're resting, I guess, but
Well, maybe they're in a coma. Maybe they've been in this hospital for a long time.
somebody is throwing a tantrum.
Oh dear. Who is it? Our favorite
The
lady?
fishery worker.
Oh, that's new. What's up with this guy?
He's socializing currently. That's
But
your.
why is he so angry? I need a
don't know.
psychological report.
Yeah. Status. So, she feels lonely after being away from people, lonely after being away from family, bored after leading an active life, uneasy after being able to acquire something for too long. She's bored after being unable to practice a martial art. She feels lonely after being unable to make merry for so long. She's uneasy after being unable to take it easy for so long. She's bored after being unable to fight for too long. She was resentful after getting into an argument. She was uneasy after being kept from alcohol for too long.
Oh.
What? She felt lonely dwelling upon being unable to make merry for so long. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Nothing of this is like really sticks out except the alcohol. Can we check the booze stockpile?
Sure.
Or in the stocks menu?
Stocks. Where do I? It's
Food or drink in its own category? I'm not sure.
drinks. We have 53 raspberry wines. We have 14 swamp whiskies. We have 15 tuber beers, and we have 13 fisherberry wine.
How's the booze stockpile?
Oh yeah, it's not that full anymore.
I think we should start brewing again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to fix. Just go to the still, put the brewing on repeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
We certainly have.
not over the manager.
You can do it through the manager if you want. Sure.
JM.
Then it's just yeah.
Q. Brew. Drink from plant.
Yeah.
Like 50.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yeah, and the other thing about her, I'm just wondering if maybe it's like the long. No, I had another thought, but I think I forgot what I was thinking. I don't know why she's tantruming. I'm wondering if like the dwarves have just really long hauling times with the stones and stuff, and that because that's a repeating pattern. Like they're being kept away from family, from socializing for a long time.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's because they're literally hauling a block of stone or a gold nugget for like months at a time. And yeah, that could also explain the alcohol stuff. I don't know. I think we should make it a priority to get that minecart thing going.
Yeah.
So that the hauling is a
Probably.
little bit relieved.
Yeah. But still, they haven't. I mean, I've designated it like years ago.
The carving of the tracks?
And it's still not being. It's still not.
Is it a designation now or a building?
It's still a designation. I can make it a building.
Yeah, I would say just make it a building. Maybe it's the clay stone. Maybe I don't know what it is. But the building should work, right?
Mm-hmm. So, return building, and then we want the tracks, and we want track, and we want north-south tracks, right?
Well, I don't know.
At some point, we want, yeah. Okay.
Right.
This is being built.
And I mean, there's more minecart track to do on the other side, right? In the courtyard, you can build the bridge, or maybe that's already there. I don't know.
Mm.
And then, I mean, I would say make the minecart track go through the fortress, down into the hall with the well, then turn to the right, through the temple hall, turn south, go to the mason hall, have a stop there, keep going down south to the metal hall, have another stop there, right? And one stop for stones, one stop for ores.
Okay.
And that's right. That's efficient. Goes right from the mine to the metal industry hall.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get better than that. And
really,
you might
no.
have to remove some shit in the fortress, like even in the hallways, like remove walls and doors. But that's okay, right? This is all must sort of get out of the way for the mighty minecart.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Currently trying to granite blocks there. I'm building the bridge now inside the courtyard.
Nice.
So that the minecarts can or the not the minecarts,
The traders.
the traders can still arrive, right?
Yeah. And what I don't know, but would love to find out, is do minecart tracks and traps, can they overlap? Because there's this line of cage traps, which has been useful in the past. Like the minecart would lead straight through it. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, have to find out.
I'm still confused about these minecart or these tracks because I'm not sure how to describe it, but sometimes these minecarts or these tracks look like they go like So they come from the courtyard and go through to the entrance of the mines.
Yeah.
Right. And then there is like a tile, which when I hover over it with K, it says, okay, downward track. This looks nice, right?
The ramp.
Yeah. And the tracks directly south of this ramp.
Yeah.
They look all the same. Each tile looks the same. It's just a straight track tile going from north to south.
Yeah.
And then I go down one level, and there's the same picture. I have in the south the upward track thing, and then 3 tiles of just straight tracks.
In the north.
To the north, and then downward tracks.
Yeah.
And then I go one more down, and there I've built the tracks as well.
Yeah.
And and they look the same. But then I think I'm at the level where I carved the tracks.
Ah.
And there it says, for some reason, it's not 3 track pieces which go north-south, but the southern one says it's a claystone track, in parentheses north, and it looks different. It's not north-south, it's just north. And I don't know. And the center one is north-south and looks different and like the tracks before. And the top one is, again, claystone track south and looks like mirrored of the one which is in the south but is called north.
Were they carved before the ramps were built?
Maybe.
Maybe you just have to carve them again.
Okay. Designation. Carve track. I think that didn't work.
Okay, you can remove them by smoothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I will just build the tracks. I won't
No,
carve them.
well, I think carving works. This is my best guess, and I'm 90% sure that this is what happened, because we built all the ramps, and that probably took a while. And these may have been carved before the ramps were built, and it probably decides what kind of tile will be carved based on what is around it at the time it's being carved.
Okay.
And if the ramps weren't there, it makes sense, I think, to make that a north or just a south track, because there's nothing beyond it to connect to.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, you can build it if you want. I guess one method isn't like much more or less efficient than the other one, but I'm pretty sure that carving should work.
Okay. So I think the part of the caves which was accidentally connected, or the part of the shafts which were accidentally connected.
Craft Dwarf's workshop.
Yeah, they were.
The CD shop. Yeah.
Are now sealed off with walls, so there's just one way into the mines now.
Sounds good. I'm a fan.
And let's see how much they've looted the gold. Oh, there's a lot of gold lying around. Nice.
Chicken McNuggets.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. Oh, and there's another gold vein. Not Wien.
Wiener Würstchen.
Wiener Würstchen. Right. You know what I'm talking about. Or is it gold, actually? Oh, yeah, it's gold. Oh, there's a lot of
Holy
it.
shit. We could kit out entire squads in gold armor. How baller would that be? Fortunately, gold's not very hard, I don't think.
No?
No. It's heavy.
Sad.
But it's not very hard.
Okay, I would designate some more up downstairs to mine out the gold.
Sure. I mean, if it's a vein, you can just make it, dig V.
I think it doesn't work.
It's not an actual vein.
No.
Okay.
Because it's over
it's a cluster.
more Z levels.
Yeah.
and this doesn't work.
Yeah,
in the
normal
selection
veins aren't
tool.
being generated over multiple Z levels. That's not in the game yet. Although in nature, that does happen.
Nature. Okay.
Yeah. And I suspect the caves are based on a separate algorithm.
Really. Okay.
Yeah, I think the caves, like, I don't think they completely obey the normal geological formation rules for minerals, which are quite realistic in this game. At least from what I know. I think in the caves, it's a bit more random for what is in the cave walls, right? Those are often very rich with cool stuff, and you get sort of a more wide selection compared to your normal minerals on site.
Okay. The two rooms in the
Metal?
metal thing
Yeah.
are done.
Cool. You want to put, like, in the left one, put down 3 smelters, and the right one just 3 metal crafts, dwarfs, workshops. Fuck off.
And the top of them, right?
Well, those are 3 rooms stacked on top of each other, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I would always make a stack out of metal crafts stuff. What's up?
The human Axeman Mundung Radigipest
Cool name.
was spotted sneaking around. I live to fight another day.
What the fuck? Oh, he's like an intruder. What the fuck?
But the human Axeman, I think he was an adventurer. Who was visiting us.
But it said he was spotted sneaking around.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
He's a
He's a thief?
He's a snake. A snake.
Well, yeah, okay.
Right?
It reminds me of one thing that we should do,
Mhm.
which is to build a bunch of chains. We need dwarven justice.
Nice. What is
So
the principle of dwarf justice?
Punishment. No, I mean, we've had dwarves with this negative thought that they're worried about the lack of chains, right?
That's true.
And sometimes dwarves break the law and they were put into chains. And, yeah, that's not good.
Or little
So we
BDSM
should,
dwarfs.
we should, yeah. Well, we need to build a prison is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I don't know where. Maybe in the temple district.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
actually love it to be exactly below the temple hall. There's nothing there, right?
Below the temple hall.
Yeah.
I think there's the crypt, but
Oh yeah, is that so big? I thought that's
um,
in the north. That's also a great choice for below the temple hall.
okay. Sorry, I'm
You're
currently
busy with. It's okay. Yeah, we don't.
designating,
It's fine.
up
Workshops
downstairs.
and
I'm
stuff?
trying my best to be somewhat multitasking.
It's
but-
fine. I'm sorry that I'm making you do multiple things at once. I should be a little bit more considerate.
So
But I'm
I've
also just
designated
talking, it's fine.
digging out the rooms for the smelters and craft workshops.
Ah,
right?
okay.
So below the temple hall, right?
Yeah.
Not a designated temple, but the temple hall, right?
Yeah, with the statues.
Yeah.
What's there?
Below are like quarters.
Oh,
No, that's
okay.
above. Wait.
Ah,
Below, yeah, there are quarters. But there's
Okay.
still a little bit of room, like, let's see how much. Okay, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 by 12 room underneath.
7 by 12?
Yeah.
I think that's enough,
Okay.
right? Can you just dig that out and I'll leave the design to you, okay? I'll just tell you what needs to be in there. we need several rooms where you have like a chain, which is a building, and then next to the chain we want two things: a bed and a table.
Okay.
Right. So if you can make like a structure with several 2x2 rooms, it's kind of like dwarven rooms, right? Then that would be ideal. I don't know, and you can make it like a hospital.
3x3 or 2x2?
Just 2x2. Like they really don't need space. It's not going to be nice accommodation. It's like literally like a prison chamber, and it just needs basically. I mean, you only need 3 spaces: the chain, a bed, and a table.
Okay.
Right. But it makes. I mean, if you want it to be nice and square, you would make that a 2x2 room.
How many of these cells?
How many do fit?
I can give you like... a few.
Great.
Wait a second. I have to finish those up. Let me see. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, that's plenty.
Okay.
That's great. And I guess can you make like upstairs or whatever, it's connecting somewhere to maybe just in the wall of the temple hall?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
A what to the temple hall?
Well, how are you connecting this prison to the rest of the fortress? I would propose to have an upstairs and a downstairs in the wall of the temple hall somewhere. Does that work?
That works, yeah.
Sure. Or,
I think. Let me see. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
And downstairs in the temple hall, right? And an upstairs, downstairs, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, that was a bit confusing. Okay. Downstairs here, and then upstairs on the lower level. And then I will create this room again, because I fucked up before.
Oh, okay.
So we have room here, room there. And then dig out all of this. And then we have some more rooms in here. Why are you laughing?
I'll tell you why. When you're done, I'll tell you why.
Is 7 also enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, how many prisoners do you plan to have?
Like 60? I don't know.
More than half the fortress? No, I guess 60 is
goblins, right?
This isn't for goblins, this is for dwarves.
Okay.
And maybe visitors, I don't know.
Visitors. Okay. I have an interesting idea.
Oh yeah?
An interesting design idea.
Okay.
Yes, this is nice. Yeah.
So, what's going on?
So you come in, you
Yeah.
go, so you have, you come in, and then you're in the northwestern part of the prison, and then you go down a little bit, and you turn to the east, and then left and right from you are cells, and you go east as until you hit a wall, and then you
go down again.
Go south,
yeah,
and then you go west again.
I like it.
And then you have again left and right cells.
It's a proper dungeon.
Yeah,
it's like a maze.
Yeah,
I like it. Very good. And I was laughing because, like a crazy dwarven noble, I will now mandate you to tell the manager to forge 10 golden chains.
yes.
Or however many rooms we have here. You said what, 7?
Yes.
Then 7 golden chains. And also golden tables. And I guess beds have to be made from wood, so that doesn't work.
I mean, beds we still have, I think.
Yeah, but you can make golden doors.
Okay,
and
so
because in this
QM
in Sefolfikod, our prisoners live like kings in other fortresses.
Chain. Make gold chain.
Yes. I just occurred to me.
7, yeah?
Yeah.
And then also make gold tables.
Gold tables. 7. And by the way, make a fucking traction bench. Man, I keep forgetting this.
Gold table. 7.
And make golden doors.
Why? I mean...
What? I couldn't hear you.
Never
All I'm
mind.
hearing is why not?
Yeah. Or rose gold.
I don't know what that is.
That's
I
not
mean,
really good.
you mine all this fucking gold. Don't you want to do something with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make...
I mean, we can make all the furniture in the fortress from gold from now on.
Okay, we will do this.
Yeah.
And also a traction bench, right?
Yeah. You may want to do that.
There's a traction bench. Like,
sure.
how many?
Just 1.
Okay.
1 is fine.
Okay.
More than 0.
All right.
Well, who knows? Maybe all this fucking legion of unconscious dwarves in our hospital, it's taking up bed space. It's just there because they've been lacking this traction bench for all this time. I don't think that's actually true, but it's possible.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
And now it's all smooth. Now I can build some tracks again. Buildings. Right in the
Yes.
entrance to the... You know what I mean. To the mines.
Yes, you seem determined to build instead of carve.
Yeah, because it didn't work.
You tried it? I'm actually curious. I just want to know because I want to know how this works. The whole track system is new to me.
Maybe, okay, designate and carve a track again, because now the
it's smooth now.
the floor is smooth. I can still do it, but it still has these north-south tiles there.
Ah, when you designate it, you see where it's going to be, and it looks wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
then build it. Then I don't know. I hope it works.
Maybe I have to include the up-down.
Yeah, I think so. Try that.
Yeah.
There
Okay,
you
I
go.
have to...
It makes sense, right? You just always have to connect it so it knows what's up. This is so this is a stupid reference, but like you probably haven't played this game. Maybe the viewers have played it. I don't know, but this reminds me very much of a game I used to absolutely love as a teenager called Transport Tycoon. And in that game, you would just you have a big overworld map randomly generated with lots of businesses like factories and steel mills and like maybe forests and where you produce lumber and stuff. And you just build the transportation between these sites, like cars with streets and maybe airplanes, but mostly trains. It was mostly just trains, really. And the way you would build those tracks and stuff, that reminds me very much of what you just did. I think it had a similar concept, right? Where you have to like connect stuff and it would figure out what you meant.
Probably. It sounded
you
like it.
haven't played it, right? You don't know
No.
Yeah, okay. I think you would enjoy it.
Really?
It was so much fun, man. I don't know. Especially once I was no longer very stupid. which I was.
Not being stupid is fun, right?
Well,
sometimes.
So the thing, I played this was like 12, and like I couldn't figure it out. I could sort of make it work and make a little bit of money, but it only like I tried it again with like 16 or 17 or whatever. It's like, man, it's like I have a different brain. It's everything clicks together, and I figured it out. Just basic shit like, oh, this works a lot better if you have like train tracks going in both directions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this whole idea of, oh, why not just reuse tracks and don't build new tracks which are expensive for every new connections you want to make. You just make these main lines and you have little tracks that connect to them. But the main line is one that you have many trains going on. That kind of stuff, right? And then building big clover leaves and stuff. You know what I mean by that?
Big what?
Clover leaves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right? Big crossroads for trains.
Yeah.
Which is complicated. That would have completely been beyond my 12-year-old brain.
They also need to be very big, right? Because the radius, the curvature of these train tracks is quite large, right?
Yeah, you couldn't make super sharp corners in that game. Then
like you could do for dwarves, right? Dwarves.
Yeah, with the
cars.
dwarves. Yeah, I'm talking about this, but it might foreshadow something that might happen because, as I told you before, I don't know if these minecart tracks, if they can support multiple wagons, multiple minecarts on the same track. It might be the same problem like I had in Transport Tycoon, where you would really want a track that goes one way, but you have two tracks, right? One going north, one going south. I don't know. And in a cycle, this might make the whole designs much more complicated.
Yeah, well, let's see what is.
We'll find out, I guess.
What's how our fortress will, or what we need from that for our fortress, right? So, do we actually need to? What's happening again? What happened, Marius? Something happened.
What's going on?
Something has collapsed on the surface.
Ah, again, ghostly collapses.
Yes, directly at the same spot, right over our not courtyard, but the that's not the courtyard. How do you call this?
The meeting hall.
No, the
entry
large
hall?
Area before in
The
front.
staging area.
The staging area, right? Yeah. This again, they collapsed something, and now the bridge we built is gone.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know why.
But what happens there, man?
I don't know.
I don't think
seems
this
like
was. This is
quite
like a bug.
buggy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it does. But it's also like.
And there's blood of.
Holy shit.
Zugla Chuadebi.
Chuadebi.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a dwarf of ours.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
But how? Well, who cares?
Yeah. So the the bridge is gone. Yeah.
That's rough.
But not
man.
our main bridge, like the bridge we laid on the floor.
That would really suck.
Before in front of the tracks and the bridge. But I will build a new bridge.
I guess so. That's the. I mean, I wonder what this is. I wonder if it's like.
Maybe we can't
I've
put bridges on the floor.
No, of course you can.
Okay.
Nonsense. Of course you can. I may have formulated this theory before.
Yes.
But it might be like maybe it's raining, and
It was raining.
and there are temperature fluctuations,
Mm-hmm.
and like one tile somewhere above that staging area gets very cold and momentarily freezes, and makes a block of ice appear, which is then unsupported and would fall down, and that would register as a collapse.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know
But
either.
it is possible.
There's a ghost in our fortress.
We
we didn't place the slab, right?
Is this still the hammer dwarf from like?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
We
place the slab.
engraved the slab, but we didn't build it.
Let's build it.
Slab was Alt S. Then we have to go to our new, like, how do you call this? Tomb? Crypt, yeah. Enter, and then X, and find the right memorial to somebody. Somebody has to build this. But he's just chilling. The ghost is just chilling.
Maybe it's a friendly ghost.
Ghostly Hemerdorf. I mean, it says that the fortress is haunted by him.
Yeah,
so
that does not sound friendly.
No. So, we've dug out all the new rooms for...
The prisons?
No, for craft.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
The other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ghostly Hemerdorf has been put to rest.
Nice, good job.
Yeah.
Success again.
Mm-hmm.
Build some smelters and some metal crafts, dwarves workshops.
Metal crafts?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only thing, right? It covers, maybe it's just called a smithy. I don't know what it was called, or a forge.
Crafts dwarf?
No.
No.
Forges.
This wasn't in the workshop menu, right?
A metalsmith
the
forge.
Furnaces.
A metalsmith forge, I think.
And smelters, right?
Yeah, but please in the separate rooms. Like,
okay.
Metalsmith forges all on top of each other, smelters all on top of each other.
Of course, Marius.
Thank you. Just for my sanity.
Everything.
And we should have anvils to stack them, right?
Yeah.
To supply them.
And the other one was workshop and then...
Furnaces?
Metalsmith forge?
Ah, yeah.
Steel anvils and granite. Okay. And then metalsmith forge. Iron anvils and granite. The third one, metalsmith forge. Iron anvils and granite. Okay.
Alright. Big metal industry coming up.
Nice.
Maybe you want to find some dwarves to actually tell them to do blacksmithing or like metal crafting.
Go to the unit list. We have some miners, two carpenters, some engravers. That's all fine. We have some masons. They're also bookkeeper, weaponsmith, armor. Okay, bone carver.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, right. We have two of them. One can...
Sure. Yeah.
Go to unit. Preferences, labor, metalsmithing, furnace operating, weaponsmithing, armoring, blacksmithing, and metal crafting. Okay, you've been, what do we say? Promoted.
Promoted, that's right.
Bone carver. We have one clothier, okay.
That's okay.
We have two stone crafter, that's also okay.
Yeah.
One wood crafter is okay. Fishery worker.
Yeah.
Here, you are depressed. Do something other than...
He's still depressed,
Yeah.
man. Well, he's not gonna work. We've already dealt with him. We've given him mining.
And there's another fishery worker and two fisher dwarfs.
Yeah, just the fishery worker and the fisher dwarf, they can at least have metal crafting enabled.
Preferences, labor, metalsmithing.
And maybe also furnace operating.
Yeah, I'm enabling everything.
All of it. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Furnace operating, weaponsmithing, armoring, blacksmithing, and metal crafting.
I like it.
Like. Okay, and then we have some farmers, like 4 of them.
That's okay.
2 brewer, 1 butcher, 2 potash maker.
Yeah.
And 2 wood burners.
Well, wood burners, they're good. They're making charcoal.
But potash maker?
Yeah, I think we can tell them to do some metal crafting.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to be like active in this fortress, do some craft stuff, please go to the metal forges.
Yeah.
We're moving away from stone industry into metal.
The other potash maker was already furnace operation.
All right.
Okay.
Good. This should cover.
Good. And then we have a lot of hammer dwarfs, marks dwarfs, and some peasants.
Yeah, have more children grown up.
Peasants? Yeah, I think so.
Do they have any jobs?
Let's see. They are enabled metals. Yeah, armoring and furnace
They're
operating.
part of the armor
Okay.
crew. Okay. Good.
Great. Ah, the thing has been dug out. The
prison?
yeah.
Okay, but we don't have gold stuff yet.
No. And we also can't build a traction bench for some reason.
You may need mechanisms.
No available traction bench. No. Chief Medical Dwarf cancels place in traction. No available traction bench.
Ah.
So we should build one.
Yes.
Building? Is it a separate?
I think so.
Traction bench. There it
Man,
is.
finally.
In the other room in the hospital, right?
Yeah, we made a room, I think, specifically for this.
Q. Remove building. Okay. Building traction bench is large R, capital R. Okay.
Can you put several in that room? Do we even have several?
We just built one.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, we have so many sick dwarves.
nobody's in the hospital at the moment.
No?
No.
Okay. Then
Because
they all
maybe-
healed. Right?
Or they didn't get their therapy. I don't know. Okay, but maybe continuing building this this track system.
Right. The eternal track system.
The eternal track system. So I will still just build them and not carve them anymore
All right.
because this didn't work for some reason.
It still didn't work?
I mean, you can try it again.
I mean, when you said you, made the designation one tile longer than it needed to be, then it changed into the correct thing, I thought.
Yeah, that's right. But in this long hallway we dug out, right?
Yeah.
There I designate now these tracks, and they look fine. And see if some dwarf will do this, because I designated them in the last episode even.
Ah, these were the
And-
ones that just were never
Yeah.
carved out. Yeah, those I would build. I don't know why it didn't work.
I mean, the designation now still or again looks different than before. Maybe it's fine then, but
I don't know. I mean, you can certainly do whatever you want and what works. I was just curious about how. I'd like to understand the system, is all.
yeah, and the mining looks fucking great, I think, because
Yeah.
everything is dug out and there's gold lying around everywhere.
Awesome. And the mines have been quiet for a while.
Yeah, I think we dug out all gold. Yes, amazing. Is there some? What is this? There's more cobaltite. Okay. But that's fine, we have enough of this. Oh, there's more gold. Jesus Christ, there's... Ooh.
A lot of gold.
Ooh. It's a vein.
Oh, wow. A
I
gold
think so.
vein.
A vein. Yeah, gold vein. I think so.
Amazing. Well, you can designate that with the dig V.
I will try. Let's see what happens.
Syntax error.
Let's see. It's the terminal. Dig V. Oh yeah, it's a vein.
Nice. We could literally, when we build the throne room for the king, we can literally build the entire floor from gold.
Yes. We should do this.
We should do this. Yeah. Glad we agree. And I have gold statues in there, and a golden chair for him to sit in, and like jewel windows just in the walls. And the walls should be gold too.
Of course. You know how to make dwarves happy.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, there's so much. What the? What the actual? What is happening?
funny thing is, you could probably make more money if this was hematite.
Hey, you really?
Just because steel is the most valuable material.
Okay.
Because it's so useful and so much production goes into it, right? I mean, gold is nice, but it's like not that useful for military purposes, at least. And it's not that hard to produce.
Really?
Well, I mean, produce is the wrong word, but to refine, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Right, steel has several steps with the pig iron, and you need flux and all that stuff.
Oh, that's true.
And there's lots of like fuel going into it. And with gold, it's just like one step. But I don't want to shit on gold. It's great. I'm happy about gold.
I want to shit gold. Right. It's amazing. There's so much gold. Wow. A dig V for dig V. Vein.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know why I get this wrong. There's some words I can't pronounce in English.
It's just practice.
The other one is Massachusetts.
Ah.
I got it.
That doesn't. Does that come up often in conversation for you?
No.
With like nerds, researchers from the MIT,
No.
the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Now you're just
Showing off.
Yeah,
It's true. Though for some reason, no, there's a. This is a stupid story, but I like saying Massachusetts Institute of Technology for some reason, because many years ago in school,
Yes.
for some reason in English class, the MIT came up in a textbook, right? And for some reason, this English teacher, out of nowhere, just turned to me and said, "Marius, can you tell us what MIT stands for?"
And you had no clue?
No, I knew exactly, but I didn't know, and I said Massachusetts.
And he
Institute.
just wanted to put you on the spot?
I think so. I think I was
okay.
dozing off,
Okay.
and he was like, "Aha, now I got this guy."
Gotcha, bitch.
But I knew exactly what MIT meant, and I don't actually know why, but I don't know. It just made sense to me at that moment. The other possibility is that he thought, okay, this guy must know what the MIT is because he looks so nerdy. And
Okay.
yeah, it's possible.
So white and nerdy.
Yeah, yeah, I guess white too. There was a lot of not so white people there.
Farmer cancels brew drink from plant. Needs unrotten drink _ mat producing plants.
We need more plump helmets, but they will come.
There's some in the caverns.
Sure.
We could just harvest those.
Why not send the farmers into the caverns?
Yeah.
You could probably
Nothing
just...
could go wrong.
Hey, why not just build a farm plot on the cavern floor? I'm sure it's farmable. Doesn't have like sand.
I mean, there are plum helmets growing there, so it should be fine.
It should be fine, that's right.
Still, nobody carves this fucking track in this long hallway. I will just build it.
Yeah, please build it.
I don't know what's
Thanks for
wrong.
indulging me to try out, but yeah,
This sucks.
I don't know why that's happening.
Okay, B for building, and then C for these tracks. And I want north-south tracks, right? And then I want them to make them very large. Change height. Out of granite, yeah. It's also quite tedious to build them. Because I need to make them large, and I can only make them like 11 large.
Okay. But it's that much ground to cover.
It is. That's why they're taking so long to haul all the shit, right?
I guess that's why we're building it.
Yeah. This is also so amazing. I'm always thinking about this when I'm traveling by car or by train. Going on the street or on the tracks from the trains. there's so much distance covered by this underlying structure of tracks
Trains.
or like pavement,
Yeah.
and I'm just amazed how
It's
how this was done or possible.
Yeah.
So
It's something that hasn't occurred to me. Next time I'm in a train, I'll think about it. How many
the thing is,
meters?
I
are
really,
covered?
I really know that you will think about it.
Yeah, actually, I'm not trolling you. I actually mean that. I like looking at things this way. I
Okay.
mean, did you ever look at a street and think, like, wow, why is this a street? Like, people are just, do you know what I mean? Like, people call it a street, but it's just sort of asphalt put on the ground.
Just a rock.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of hard rock that
Yeah.
was melted and then put on the ground, and now we call it a street. That's not a street. There's no streets. It's just rocks on more rocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like shower thoughts or whatever.
Okay. What aren't shower thoughts is that we don't have enough gold bars to make golden doors and tables.
Well, how far is the gold smelting going? Have you even told the manager to smelt gold?
JM. Make pig iron bars, steel bars, tetrahedrite or native silver or native gold ore, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, you just have
Cut
to wait, I
cobaltite
guess.
and crust armor with cobaltite. Where's the crusted gems?
The cut gems?
And also, I probably accidentally deleted a workshop because there's no jeweler workshop anymore. Sometimes this happens.
Oh.
Yeah, I will I will create another.
Craft a new jeweler workshop,
Yeah.
please.
Building workshops, jeweler's workshop.
Yeah, but for the golden stuff, I mean, that's why we built more smelters, right? So we can have this smelting industry going full blast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the Guild of Gold, a stoneworker guild, has been established.
The Guild of Gold is very fitting.
I
Holy
mean,
shit.
that's a guild I'm fond of hearing
Yeah,
about.
it's
I mean,
really like, why was there no stoneworker guild before? This
Yeah.
is like the main thing we've
Yeah.
been doing. We're getting fucking farmers and fisher workers to
I have
have
no clue,
guilds.
man. I
Yeah.
have no clue.
Well, I guess they need a guild hall.
Yes, and they will get one.
We had that southwestern hall that we've not really looked at in a while. That's sort of the guild hall.
The south what?
The southwestern hall, bottom left.
Somebody is taken by a mood.
Oh, here
The
we
Fey
go.
mood. The dwarven child again.
The Dwarven Child.
One of them, I don't know.
Sounds like a Stephen King story. The Dwarven Child.
The thing is, for some reason, we still our main stockpile is completely filled with wood.
Yeah. Well, you chopped down the whole forest.
Oh, we need to make more charcoal. That's JM.
Seriously? We worked through the whole 400?
More than that, I think, yeah. I mean, I can look how many
How
in
much-
our stocks,
Why do you say we need more charcoal?
because we always need more charcoal.
Ah, okay. But like I thought, yeah, I thought.
We have 600 charcoal.
All right.
We have also 50 silver bars,
Ah,
5 gold bars, so we made 1 gold bar.
okay.
And maybe the chains we have already. Where are the chains? Chains. We have 7 gold chains. No,
Hey.
4 gold chains and 3 silver chains.
Ah, okay.
But we made 4 gold chains, yes.
I guess we made silver chains at some point.
So we placed them in the prison.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And by the way, the charcoal situation, right?
Yeah.
The 1.5 stockpiles of charcoals are full with bins of charcoal,
Good.
and the central stockpile is still completely filled with wood.
Good. Keep burning.
Okay, so make more charcoal,
Keep
right?
squeezing those elf tears.
JM.
JM sounds like he's your buddy. That's your buddy manager.
of
Hey,
course.
JM.
Another 500 charcoal, please.
Put some timber on the fire, JM.
JMQ is it, yeah. Oh, they're having sex on the traction band, right? What are they doing there?
I mean, the doctor is helping a patient, right? Treating a patient.
Probably. Okay. So,
Place chains. I'm sort of curious about this.
place change. Yes.
Also, like, we should maybe take a look at the noble screen. Like, this fortress is sort of large. Why don't we have, like, a hammerer and stuff?
A what?
A hammerer.
What the fuck is a hammerer?
Well, it's a dwarf that I don't... Well, he, like, punishes people. I don't know. It's a dwarven thing, man. But you use it...
With his hammer, yeah?
Well, obviously, it's in the name.
Yeah.
But I think he's like a sheriff or something. But he's usually quite feared because whenever... This is how I used to know the system. And it would come up that the dwarves demand a hammerer. Right? Or they get angry. Especially the nobles.
Do you know the German word for it?
No, this is like a made-up thing for dwarves. It's like a sheriff or like a police officer, but like, or an inquisitor is perhaps the best.
Officer, you need to punish me.
No, like think of the Spanish Inquisition, because that's the kind of asshole he is. Because here's what happens, right? Nobles make up mandates. This is some ludicrous thing. Make 10 turtle shell necklaces or whatever, and then you don't have turtle shell, and the mandate can't be met. And then the noble will be like, okay, someone is responsible for this. Hammerer, arrest this dwarf, and then like Jurist Mac Stone Dwarf will get like arrested by the hammerer, and then either put into chains, which is good, or the punishment is very severe, and then the hammerer will beat up this dwarf, which is very bad, because usually the dwarf will die.
Oh, okay.
Because the hammerer is usually like a buff dwarf.
And using a silver hammer.
Yeah, I mean, you can cheese it somehow, I think, if you somehow get your hammerer to have only a training hammer from wood.
Okay.
Then the chances are better, but still, they'll get a bad beating. And that's why you want lots of chains, because then, I mean, sometimes he will, like, convict a very valuable dwarf, right? Like, you don't want your chief armorer to be like hammered. That's bad.
Yeah, that's bad indeed.
Yeah, and yeah, anyway, but that's why it's good to have chains. That's one of the many reasons. And I don't know why we don't have a hammerer, honestly, and why that hasn't come up.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay, did you place the chains? I tried talking a lot while you were doing room decorating.
Placing the chains. How do we do this? Buildings.
Yeah. And then I think it's just either chain or restraint.
Restraint. Okay.
Just make sure you select actual golden chains and not just ropes.
Yes. Okay. Just golden chains or also the silver chains?
What would you rather have? A mix or just gold?
I think it's fine to also put silver.
Yeah, me
there.
too. Have first class and second class prison cells.
Also, we have silver chains, so we should use them. Right?
I agree, sure.
And also we ran out of... And also placing beds, right?
Yeah. But yeah, beds, that's right. Because they can't be made from gold.
They for some reason stopped making or constructing the track because something is blocking.
It's like an eternal problem, this track.
Yeah,
it's like the Berlin airport.
And then, so we have this, and then a table, you said?
Yeah, but do you have gold tables?
No, we need more gold bars for that.
I think, yeah, but it's okay if you just have the chain, you can already designate the room.
Ah, okay. So Q?
If it's placed, yeah.
Ah, okay, it's waiting for construction, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Asmel has begun a mysterious construction.
Nice, it's just a craft dwarf again, right? Rock crafts.
Probably.
Yeah, fuck these guys, man. You would think the children can pick other stuff. I mean, we have so many options in this fortress. You could be a mason, a metal crafter, a leather worker, a clothier. Maybe make an artifact barrel of beer. I don't care, but it's always rock crafts.
weird.
I think next fortress, I wanna like just not do rock crafting. Just ignore it.
Really?
Just don't even build a workshop. Yeah. Just go straight for metal. Like, fuck this.
Okay.
Maybe that's not possible. Because you do need them to engrave ghost slabs.
Yeah, but I mean, for these kinds for this kind of work, they don't need to be very good at it, right?
No, they don't. And I guess you can just build one and not have dwarves train in it. Build stuff in it.
So let's look at the mines again.
Sure.
They carved out all the gold. They're currently still busy. Oh, there's more to designate to be dug out.
Jesus Christ.
Has
the rest of the mines been revealed? Of the caves?
Yeah, a little bit more, but there was nothing interesting yet.
Oh, okay.
So, again, dig V. Yes, this is what I like to see. Hello, can you please move your... no. And there again. Dig V. Ooh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
oh, I can scroll in and out.
What
with the scrolling wheel of the mouse.
What does that do?
I can have more of the I can zoom in and out of the map, so I can see more and less space.
Seriously?
Yes.
It's like 14 episodes in, and this is where you notice that I didn't know that zooming was possible with this game.
Yeah, me neither.
Cool, I guess.
This is amazing.
You get like a big view of the fortress.
This is a revelation.
I can imagine
this
that.
Completely changes everything.
I can absolutely imagine that. In both ways, right? You can get a good overview, but you can also probably zoom in closer and like have a better look at stuff.
Amazing.
Seems like also...
I want to look at our fortress. How does it look? Complete. Because I never...
Yeah, you never get the full picture.
Yeah, let's see. This is amazing. I'm amazed. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm downstairs. Okay. So, dear viewers, behold the magnificent
Sorry.
What is it?
You're magnificent.
Magnificent view of our fortress as a whole.
The glory of Sefolfikod.
Of entry glaze. It looks really quite nice.
That's cool. Yeah, it must be nice to zoom out and see everyone walking around and stuff.
Yes. And also, yeah, it looks... Yeah, we have these zeros, the zero level, right?
Yeah.
And you can really go downstairs once and you can see that this is all the... Like the beautiful and fine stuff is at zero level. Mm-hmm. And if you go downstairs, you can really see, okay, that's the basement where we
stockpiles,
where we store our stuff. So,
yeah.
Yeah. There's a petition available.
Okay. Well, they probably want their guild hall.
Ah, right.
The golden whatever's.
The golden
girls.
Okay. The Guild of Gold has many members in Entry Glaze and now requires a guild hall. The location must be built and furnished with a hall designated for a stoneworker guild. Do you approve this request?
Yes.
We approve. There are no petitions that need your attention. Okay. The guild. Asmel Mengiden, Dwarfenchild, has created Borlon Azith, a Gabbro earring.
Ah, we've had an earring before.
Claims it as an heirloom. Let's see.
This child is an imitator.
Yeah. What a nerd. This is a Gabbro earring. All crafts dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of oval coberted cabochons. This
here we go.
This object is adorned.
Game is tormenting us with this fucking word.
This object is adorned with hanging rings of gabbro and ruby cell and menaces with spikes of cave spider silk.
Oh shit.
Giant cave spider silk and copper.
That's so metal. Also, these dwarven children are just getting
like
together.
an earring.
We're gonna teach these bitches what coffee shops are. We're gonna, right? Everyone get together. We're gonna keep making stuff until they learn. Like,
I'm imagining an earring which is the size of a plate, right?
yeah, probably the size of the head of this dwarven child.
Yeah, and it looks like a dream catcher.
Yeah.
This is because spider silk and stuff. Yeah,
it's dope, man. I'd wear that.
yeah, okay.
Or hang it above my bed or whatever.
On the item is an image of demon rats in Pinfire
Oh,
Opal.
that's so cool.
Demon.
Demon Rats. Good band name, by the way. And let's now see Demon Rats with their hit single Sefolfikod or whatever. Sobichon. What was that term?
Cabochon.
Cabochon.
Cabochons.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember that. Fuck that shit.
On the item is an image of a Kivish Page Cleared, the dwarf in Beak Dog Bone.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It has a Borlon Aziz, and now in quotation marks, the severity of flashes. A Gabbro earring.
The severity of flashes. This is actually for...
It's the most expensive.
Really?
It's 62,000
Wow.
dwarven coins.
It's not bad. Yeah, I take it back. I was critical of this child, but for being a derivative work, this is actually really fucking cool.
Yeah, and we are now at almost 900,000. We are almost a million.
Almost a million, wow. Yeah. I wonder what happens if we break a million.
Food stores. We have meat, we have 200 meats, 200 fish, 200 plants, but we only have 21 drinks. We should really get the drink situation sorted, I think. Because I always get the message like, farmer cancels brew drink from plant, needs unrotten drink _ mat producing plants.
What's the season?
The season? I have no fucking clue.
You can look at the announcements and see the last announcement.
It has started raining. The weather has cleared. No, I can't see it actually.
Alright, just look at the farm plot, will ya?
Yeah.
Well, is it like worked?
Yeah, there's something on there. Let's see. What is on there? Pile of mud. Okay. Sorry.
Is the farm actually working?
It looks like it, yeah. Because we have the farm plot and there are like different tiles on it. So it's not homogeneously.
Some of it is worked.
Yeah.
Okay. You can look at it with Q. See if it's like has plump helmets.
Where can I see this? If it has plump helmets.
Well, look at it with Q. Look at the farm.
And
right?
then?
Well, it gives you a selection of what's being planted.
It says plump helmets.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
The other says quarry bushes, but we don't have seeds for that.
The other farm?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you could just tell the other farm to also have plump helmets all year round. Don't really need pigtails right now. Apparently we have more need for more plump helmets. That might cover that need.
The thing is, Marius.
Yeah.
Right, we have this connection from the farm to the river, right?
Yeah.
And in this connection tunnel, there are now growing mushrooms.
Okay.
Like dimple cups and tower caps and fungi wood. Do we need to take care of this? Do they grow and grow and grow and like destroy the tunnel like real roots would do?
No, they might block access, but who cares?
Okay.
And I mean, you can always cut them down.
Okay, the track is almost built.
Did you change that plot to have also plump helmets?
No. Should I?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you wanted to fix the boost situation, growing more plant material to brew would be the way to fix it.
Okay.
And I mean, this does make sense. We made this one plot in the beginning, and it basically covered our ass all this time, but the fortress may have grown to a point where, yeah, okay, more supply is needed.
Okay, so I go with Q onto the farm, which is
To the right.
To
It should be the right one.
the right one. This
Yeah.
is the one which has plum helmets on it.
Ah, okay. Which one is the larger of the two farms?
The left one.
Ah, okay. In my head, it was the other way.
No, the right one. Sorry.
Okay.
And there are plum helmets on. Yeah.
Okay, what about change the season? What's like we don't know what the current season is, but
I think it's autumn because it's
Okay.
selected here.
yeah, then go to winter. What does it want to grow in winter?
Plum helmets.
Okay, and in spring
Plum helmets.
and in summer?
Plum helmets.
Okay, this was for some reason this plot we set out to have plum helmets. Then look at the other one. That should be the one that has pigtails.
Quarry bushes in autumn.
Yeah, okay. This is the larger farm plot.
No, that's the smaller one.
Ah, so is this right or left now?
Left.
Okay. Yeah, just set this all to like plum
The
helmets.
western one is
Yeah,
the left
yeah,
one,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Just
also to plum helmets.
Make it all plum helmets.
Okay.
That's
D
what I meant.
winter plum helmets.
Yeah.
A spring plum helmets. And summer
Plum helmets.
plum helmets.
All year round.
Nice.
Yeah. And if you want to boost it further, we can like actually create a what's that called?
I mean,
a kiln
We also have much more space here. We can
to just build more.
make another farm plot, which is bigger.
Yeah, but I think this may have already, been the thing we need. You could also like make more farmers, or make a kiln or whatever it's called, the thing that you need to make potash to fertilize the fields. That can boost the yield quite a bit.
So build a kiln somewhere.
Where do you make potash? I don't quite remember.
Oh, here we go.
It might be in the what's going on?
The elves are coming back.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Is it the traders or
It's a
just
caravan
an army?
from Angenudil
All
has
right.
arrived. So
Cool.
let's see.
Sure.
The outpost lies in Azubin from. No, it's the outpost.
From the mountain
Yeah,
homes.
I think so.
Okay. Well,
No,
then-
from Angenudil. I don't know if these are our mountain homes,
Yeah.
but
Okay, I don't know either.
sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. Always glad to slay elves, but these guys might have some useful stuff,
Maybe.
some iron bars or whatever.
Yeah, what's our bar situation? Let's see. Stocks. Bars. We have 4 iron bars, 11 gold bars,
Nice.
64 silver bars, 30 copper bars. So tetrahedrite is
Copper for sure. Yeah.
Some nickel, some 14 steel bars,
Nice.
16 pig iron bars, and then some random bars. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If we get tin, we can make bronze.
Yeah, but do we really need this? I mean,
It's just a nice material to have. Bronze is not bad,
okay.
especially for armor. But of course, we want to make it from steel. I was just thinking we might buy some tin from the dwarves if they have any. Yeah, I mean, it sounds nice. I wish we had more steel, but we need more iron.
Yeah.
Could start like, can you tell the manager to put melt down iron objects into the smelters?
Maybe.
Because I'm sure we have designated stuff to be melted, right? But it actually needs to be a job in the smelter, I think.
Okay. Q. Smelt.
Object. Or melt object, maybe?
Melt a metal object.
Yeah,
Quantity
20.
20. Now everything will be melted.
No, just stuff we've designated to be melted.
Ah, okay. Also, yeah, merchants have arrived.
Sure. Do you want to trade with them?
Yeah, but we should maybe, because our stone stockpile is a little bit more full,
Okay. Make some
Maybe-
rock craft.
maybe make some rock crafts
Sure.
again.
JM, make some rock craft.
JQ. Rock crafts.
I mean, this is the one thing we're good at.
Like 100?
Oh, that's so much, man.
50,
I mean,
okay.
yeah, 50 sounds good.
Okay, Okay, then trader needed. Oh, first I want to get this drinking situation right. I mean, probably we can buy something from the traders.
Of course, but we want
But
it sustainable.
Yeah, I want a bigger
Yeah.
farm. I think.
Yeah, sure.
How do I do this?
Build another farm plot.
How do I do this?
B
B
for building.
and then
Farm.
farm plot. There it is. Okay, I will make a third farm plot, which is as big as the first one.
Sure.
Okay.
That should probably cover it. No, don't need to fertilize it either.
Somebody has... What the fuck?
What's going on?
Miner cancelled stick interrupted by cave crocodile.
Ooh. Nasty.
Okay.
But those can't fly. So it can't be that bad.
So...
Or have we broken through to the cave floor?
No, I don't think so. Let me look.
He just sees it like sitting down there looking at him menacingly.
Where the fuck is the cave crocodile? There it seems like. Somebody has become Hammer Lord.
Nice.
Oh. I'm your liaison, what?
Liaison, I
Liaison
think.
from the
Yeah.
mountain homes. Let's discuss their situations. Information added. Okay. Begin discussions. So what do we want from them?
At this point,
Fuck off.
not
right?
that much. Charcoal, iron, steel, pig iron.
So metal bars, right?
Yeah, basically. That's cool.
So what kind of we want steel bars, we want pig iron bars, we want iron bars.
And anvils, because we can melt them down.
Iron bars, okay. Then we want anvils, steel anvils,
Yes.
and iron anvils,
Yes.
and
Well, that's all, I think.
charcoal, right?
Yeah, sure.
Stone? Is it stone? No. Cages, barrels, sand, miscellaneous.
Or just coal.
Charcoal.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of potash? Nah, it's okay.
We
Enter,
can make
escape done.
potash.
Okay, well then, we finished the import agreement. Look over documents. Yeah, whatever. Escape, done. Okay,
Alright.
finalize the export agreement. They want musical instruments, earrings, and
Oh, wow.
amulets, and blocks, and plants.
Okay.
Armor, footwear, legwear, and water skins. I
Yeah.
can make earrings.
We have two, like, super cool ones. You're gonna
that's
love
right.
this.
Yeah.
Do you like demon rats? Well, I got just the thing for you.
Nice. I'm looking at... Ah, yeah, okay, I think... Oh yeah, maybe I've made a mistake and connected... Wait, what? What happens? Okay, I was just looking downstairs in the mines, and maybe I've connected some down and upstairs from the cavern floor to our dig site.
Okay.
But that's okay. The other thing that is maybe not okay is the Nurbulon is missing from its pop-up place.
What's the Norbalon?
That was one of our artifacts.
Ah,
The
it
first
got-
one, I
It
think.
got stolen.
Yeah. Probably from some visitors who were sneaking around.
It's very likely, yeah. Or like a kobold
Ooh.
who things that often come into the fortress with caravans, right? Using them as cover.
And what do we do now about this?
Um,
We declare war to
Well-
everybody else?
I would recommend against that. That doesn't seem reasonable at all. And it won't get you the
mean-
artifact back.
You say you, but
Well, I don't think that we can recover this artifact.
okay.
But I think that we could secure the other ones for the future
Mhm.
a little bit better.
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
idea, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's where we dig a throne room and like store them in a super cool vault below the throne room or something. With like guard dogs in front of it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, dogs do spot skulkers.
The chains have been put in place.
Do you want to...
So with Q,
Yeah, make them into
assign
rooms.
animal to chain or make room?
Make room.
Okay. Assigned by justice?
Yeah.
Used by justice?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And that's it. But did you make the room a little larger so it's 2 by 2?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's all. That's basically what you do for all of these.
Justice. Okay.
Yeah, can you look at the noble screen?
Sure.
What kind of positions are there?
So we are a county. So we have a countess.
Yeah.
We have a mayor.
Sure.
And there's a mandate there. Should we look at the mandate?
Yeah, we've always sort of ignored that and it's always sort of worked.
The mandate is export of large serrated discs are prohibited.
Yeah, I think
whatever.
we can
Yeah, okay.
deal with that, yeah.
I was remembering cheese, that we can't export cheese. But I think this
That's
is...
over now.
No, this was from an...
Oh, that's
this was from a role, from a story you played, right? The export of extraterrestrial cheese is prohibited?
Well, you're taking this very much out of context, but yes.
Yeah, we were playing a role game and some crazy DM told us that we can't export extraterrestrial cheese. Yeah,
this is true. That was a Burning Wheel game.
Yeah,
some time ago.
I confused that.
That's an understandable mistake.
Okay, but we also have the militia commander.
Right.
The hammerer is vacant.
Yeah.
And
why is that?
We have a manager. We have a chief medical dwarf. We have a broker.
Yeah.
We have a bookkeeper, and we have a militia captain.
So everything's filled, except the hammerer.
No, the champion isn't filled.
Oh, who's the champion? That's
don't
new.
know.
I don't know that. That sounds
The
so
dungeon
exciting.
master isn't filled.
Who's the dungeon master?
The DM, yeah.
Is that like the guy for the chains?
I don't
stuff?
know.
The
I don't know, man.
person in the dungeon. Yeah, okay.
I mean, probably, right? And then there's a hammerer, and we can also assign an additional militia captain. So we have a militia commander, and we have 2 militia captains.
Yeah, but those will probably be filled when we make more squads.
Yeah, I think so.
Do we want to assign a hammerer?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess no one's asked for one.
Nobody asked for it, no.
Yeah, so we don't need to, I guess.
Okay, then we don't.
Because he only causes trouble. Though I would like a dungeon master at some point, but it's okay. Whatever. I do think we should, before we call it today, I think we should dig out that guild hall.
Oh, really?
Why do you say really? I just mean so we don't forget. Because we approved the petition.
Yeah. Where do you want it?
Well, in the southwestern hall.
I mean, there's no place on the Z equals 0 level, I think. No.
But, like...
You can make it above the fishery guild.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is there space?
There's space.
Yeah, sure. Can build a ramp up to the door.
Yeah, okay.
Like we did with temples.
Mm-hmm. Let me... So D... Where's my cursor? There's my cursor.
And then, I mean, it can have the same shape as the fishery guild.
That would be nice, right?
Yeah. Or something very similar, I don't know. I think we did this thing, isn't that right? That all the guild halls have to have the corner squares undug out?
Yes.
Yeah. I like that.
Me too.
Makes it identifiable at a glance.
Okay, and there I want an upstairs. No, an up ramp.
Yeah.
Up ramp. And I have to build it, right?
Yes.
It's not in the designation menu.
Construction.
Construction.
Build. Construction. Up ramp.
Ramp. Out of granite blocks.
Wait, but no, that should work because we dug out the ceiling in this hall, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that makes this part easier.
Okay. Somebody is building the ramps and digging it out at some point.
Okay.
So, and also the farm, I assigned the plum helmets for the whole
nice.
year.
Uh-huh.
And maybe you can trade.
Oh, right.
Trade what they do. Oh, they have steel bars and stuff.
Oh, nice.
First, maybe let me see what we have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Like finished goods.
Sell some barrels.
Yeah, I haven't transported any barrels this time.
All right.
But we can... Oh, we are selling a large troll fur sock.
Okay. Probably picked that up from the siege.
I don't think it's a sock from a troll, but it's a
From
sock made
troll
from
fur.
troll fur.
Yeah. But still, I mean, who would like how do we get troll fur except from that siege?
True.
Maybe from a troll corpse.
Yep. Okay, so we have like 25,000 gold to spare.
Okay.
Even more if we want. Let me see. Even more like wow, even more. 35,000.
All right.
Oh, that's enough. Okay, steel bars.
Yes.
Iron bars. Oh, they are expensive. Electron
Sure.
bars, pig iron bars. Bars, all the bars, right?
All the bars, and especially the steel bars. I mean, we did ask them for this, so it's only fair that we actually buy it. Because this shit is heavy.
Okay, cabochons.
I don't know what that is.
Some blocks, we don't need those. Some glass, we don't need this. Wood?
Sure. I mean, you say no, but like, it's limited opportunity.
Tower cap is also wood, right?
Yeah. It's mushroom wood.
Then a lot of rope and a lot of silk. We don't water skins we don't need. The music instruments we don't need. What is this? Steel mini forge. What?
It's a toy. For dwarven children. You know? Well, human children have like tiny kitchens, ovens.
Okay, I'm buying some animals, right?
Sure.
Rum. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Wine. Yes. Thank you. Rum. Yes. Thank you. Ale. Rum. Yes. Wine. Beer. Yes. Beer. Yes. Ale. Milk. Yes. Beer. Beer. Wine. Yes. Ale. Milk. Ale. Ale. Beer. Milk. Ale. Okay. That's nice to buy some beer.
Absolutely.
Rum. Some more wine, some more beer. Currently we are at 7,000, but that's okay. Bismuth bronze pick. Some swords. A steel pickaxe. Do you want a steel pickaxe?
Sure. Can always melt it down.
2,000 coins. whatever.
I'm telling you, steel is expensive.
Yeah, I see. Pigtail dress coat, river. Some socks? Why not? Some mittens, some gloves. Some bags, some spider silk. Alpaca wool. Some more shit. Okay. More cloth.
Cheese.
Hmm?
Cheese.
Ah, cheese, yeah, we want cheese.
We always take the booze and the cheese.
No, silken cloth, silken cloth. Silken cloth, silken cloth, silken cloth. Wow. Bolts? We want bolts?
Oh, we haven't made wooden training bolts in a while.
Oh, there's so many anvils.
Cool. Buy all of them.
I don't know if we have enough money for that, but...
Wow.
Steel, iron anvils. But we wanted those, right?
Man, if you melt one of those down, that gives you 8 steel bars.
Really?
Yeah. Telling you.
Okay.
If you have to, then bring more goods to the depot. Just so we can buy that stuff.
Plump helmets. Yeah, why not? For brewing. So much thread and yarn. Some greaves and trousers and steel greaves and stuff. And then the cheese, the most important part. Okay, we were buying for 21,000 and we offering them 35,000.
That might work.
Maybe I can give them a little bit more. No, that's all. Okay, let's trade.
Yeah.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you for business.
Yeah.
We bought like 20 anvils.
This is cool. But you should designate some of them to be melted now.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good. Nice steel boost to our metal industry.
Yeah. What is actually in here? Gem stockpile. Ah, there's gems in here. Let me see. Rough gunsights. Oh, there's so much rough
Gems.
gems.
Yeah.
We still have, yeah.
I mean, it's it can be useful to cut them because then they can be stuck like stacked in bins.
Oh, there's so much gold ore laying around there.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. But there's a crocodile. Oh, maybe that's a good part to stop, because the forgotten beast, Ezru, has come. An enormous one-eyed sauropod.
Okay.
It has an enormous shell and it undulates rhythmically. Beware of its noxious secretions.
Oh my god. Yeah, I agree. This may be a good place to stop.
Okay.
Thanks for playing, Steffen.
Yeah, thank you, Marius.
Thank you everyone for watching. You can leave comments, all that stuff, subscribe. What I'm gonna say is join us next time for what may be the last episode of Sefolfikod, if my suspicions are correct. You can follow us on Twitter as well, @makes_play. Steffen, thanks very much for playing. I always have a blast with this. I could play this forever, basically.
Yeah.
But now I think we may have to prepare for what comes next.
Yeah. Because it undulates rhythmically.
Sure, that's the bad part, not the noxious secretions.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll leave the last words to you.
I had a blast too. We are getting so rich. Maybe we crack the 1,000,000 next time.
Yeah, maybe. Bye.